Lysander, how do you say your last name?
Abadia.
Abadia. Abadia. I've never heard that. All the time, huh?
There's that one, and there's the other one.
Oh,
Abadia, motherfucker!
Ooh, I've not heard that one. That's a good one.
Did you ever see the movie with Sacha Baron Cohen? The Dictator? The Dictator, his name is Emperor Aladdin, and there's a song, the national anthem is like, Aladdin, Aladdin, motherfucker, Aladdin.
Is there any Aladdin joke?
No.
I don't know, that's funny. Maybe that.
So yeah, you'd think someone would make the Aladdin joke. Okay, yeah. Or is that was just a joke? Like, yeah, when people are watching the movie going, haha, his name is Aladdin. Yeah.
How you doing, Glenn? Ready?
Maybe that's what's happening.
You got 30 seconds. Is that good with you, buddy?
I'm recording, so if I have to, I'll,
Yeah.
That's the Lazy Susan that we're talking about.
there's 2 Lazy Susans.
We're all lazy here.
Susan's really lazy.
So,
Twice the laziness.
until I can figure it out.
Not great game.
Use your legs. You fall asleep.
No, I'm listening to the...
Okay, here we go. Yeah, baby. Is it trick or treat? We have love taps in the house, so grab your pillow, man. It's ghost story time. It's curtain call with Eric Ball.
Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. It's Curtain Call. I'm Eric Ball. With me, as always, is Glenn Heath. Glenn,
How are you?
You had the same problem I had a couple weeks ago with that.
Yeah, wearing a hat.
Yeah, you gotta go low rider.
we need to go with ball caps.
Ball. Where's the bell?
I don't know. You have it. There it is.
Thank you.
As in Eric Ball.
Yeah,
Great cap.
We might have to turn that fan off because I can hear it all the way over here. Thanks for joining us. Curtain Call with Eric Ball.
Where were you last week?
You know, I was knee deep in
Well,
Neverland.
where was I last week? Neither one of us were here last week.
This is very true.
You guys were early.
Sorry.
We have Ben Loewy, Max Lardent and Lysander Abadia, Lysander Abadia. Thank you.
There you go.
From our partners in crime over at LVTAPS. Thanks for joining us, guys. Always a pleasure having you and listening to you.
Thank you.
The contributions you make to this city are monstrous, and it's,
as are yours, gentlemen.
you know, I tip my proverbial top hat in your direction.
You know why it's not working? I forgot to plug this one in.
Are we not taping?
Oh no, we're taping up here, but just it's only going to be on you.
That's right.
Oh, and that's all that matters.
That's right.
Can we just turn the Lazy Susan this way?
We can turn the Lazy Susan this way.
Hey, there we are. Good radio, gentlemen. Good radio.
We're worried about the positioning.
Well, we don't edit. You guys edit.
Oh no, we're starting off right.
Okay, it's begun.
All right.
The gauntlet has been thrown, yo.
Yeah, we say we edit, but we have to leave all that stuff in. I mean, it just makes for good pod.
I was just gonna say that.
By the way, watch your language, gentlemen.
You can say pod.
Yeah, this is public radio. We can't do the internet stuff, which means, gosh darn it, we have to stay nice and squeaky clean.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah, speaking of squeaky clean, I want to give big shout outs to my cast over at Faith Lutheran who's building and painting the Peter Pan set as we speak and listening to this show. You'd better be, otherwise you're all getting a B-. That's all I gotta say.
B-. That's right.
Crack the whip.
Yeah, those Lutheran schools, we are strict. B-, folks, because everyone gets a gold star.
But I hear great things.
Do you teach like coaches do Little League where everyone's a winner? We don't keep score.
No.
Yeah, we don't even have a grading system. This year, you got a unicorn in algebra.
Oh.
Yes, which is very nice.
Is it above a griffin?
It's like, I don't know. But if the horn's pointing that way, then that number's greater than.
And there's the crew.
Hey, there we are.
You guys get your own camera. I don't, because Eric keeps forgetting to bring a third camera in.
Well, I had a third camera, but it wouldn't work. It was a beautiful camera too, but I need to invest in another one so we can have. I'm not going to be happy until we have like those fear factor cams on every person. Oh. You know what I mean? So,
well, I have one on my computer, but unfortunately, if I try to, adjust the camera, you guys heard the feedback as I was just starting, like a dog whistle. But I can certainly go like that and say, "Hey, what's up?" Turn it right back around.
Well, we've been wanting to have you guys on for a while so that we can just kind of chew the fat on what the ins and outs of each of our weekly journeys on the air, and everything, and kind of also bridge the gap, because I think there's a listening audience that you guys hone in on, and likewise. And
we just want to take over we're moving in on your territory. Well, you can be the Crips, we'll be the Bloods, and
there you go. It was Eric's territory to begin with.
Well,
right? This is why we existed.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I made a fatal error the first time I tried to do this, though. I tried to do it all alone. Never do it all alone.
Then he made another fatal error by asking me to come on.
But students who are listening, that's right. You can never do theater all by yourself.
No.
It's called an insane asylum. You're in a padded room if you do that.
Or a monologue.
Or well,
even then, asylum. Someone's got to light you. Someone's got to sound you.
Someone's got to listen to you.
So when I'm in my bathroom and I turn on the light, and that's me lighting myself, and I have a nice echo in my bathroom, and I monologue into the mirror, I'm watching.
Are you theater?
That's not theater.
I could go further.
I paid for tickets, so it is.
One might argue it's performance art.
Ooh. And there goes the camera to LVTAPS. How are you guys? You're on my side, man.
Well, I haven't done anything.
We've been busy because last week.
You've been busy this week.
I've
my nose has been to the grindstone with Peter Pan, one project. You've been Biloxi Blues. You've been Book of Mormon. You've been racing with zombies. What the heck?
It's been a weekend, and I've got a read through tonight for Love Song with Cockroach, as well as a few other things.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah. But having to deal with personal issues, so I'm going to be very late because I've got my daughter, and I've got to get her home. So.
Intern Olivia.
Yeah. Intern Olivia, who's sitting out somewhere eating a chicken little sandwich from KFC, who is sponsoring our show apparently today.
Yay!
And sitting and reading a book. So
don't go to the one I went to though. They messed up my order.
Oh, no good. We don't usually go to KFC though. My wife doesn't like meat on the bone.
They have chicken strips. There's no ding for that.
I actually wanted to say that on the camera.
No, I really. I'm serious. She doesn't. She only likes boneless meat.
I'm back to
now we're going to LVTAPS territory.
That's very true.
This is a very special Halloween edition. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Who are you playing? Are you playing Lysander or are you playing Ben? Because I'll play Max. Or something along those lines.
I think it's a higher pitch. I think.
You know what?
It depends on the joke. And it's more of a surprise.
It kind of creeps up on you again.
Yeah, a very busy weekend.
So I want to know about Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon's fantastic. Hello. My name is Elder Price. It was fantastic. I've seen a bootleg copy of the New York, the Broadway cast, and this is right there.
Well, now who's it? Is it this Foster? What's his name that's playing it in L.A.? Hunter Foster.
No,
what's his name?
No.
Some really good actor is playing
the actor
really
playing
when I take a week off.
The two leads, the one playing Elder Cunningham actually was the understudy on Broadway and filled in the role there, and then he took the LA slot, and the other actor has been nominated for 2 Tonys.
Sweet.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Freak me out.
You've got the internet there. I don't. But it was a fantastic show, and the same night I get there, Bob Dylan's playing. We were right there on Hollywood Boulevard, and so the Cirque du Soleil Iris show was right there in the hotel where we were. I was like, I want to do this too. I'm going to do this, and I do have to say that air quote actors that are in front of the Grauman's Chinese Theater that want to take photos with you.
Atmosphere stuff.
Both Captain Americas were Russian. I found it very
Take picture with me.
Yeah, and
I Captain America. If you want,
I punch Hitler in the face.
And I'm sorry, all of them had. They were there when we went to bed at midnight, and they were there at 6 a.m. when we went to go get Starbucks. And it's like, those costumes got to be funky.
Could I never sleep?
But they were in front of the hotel because
He's always so bad.
they were shooting Mary Poppins in front of Romans. So Tom Hanks is apparently
in the head
playing Bert in the.
Tom Hanks?
He's playing Bert. I doubt he's playing Mary Poppins. But they had a whole bunch of 50s cars on the street, and it was all blocked off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was a good weekend. And then,
Peter Pan's at the Pantages Theater in January.
not yours.
No, but... And Jekyll and Hyde, followed closely by Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah,
and Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. What a lineup!
and it's very possible that the Priscilla, Queen of the Desert is the one that they were advertising here for the auditions, since it was...
right. It's supposed to do LA for a while, then a couple of other cities, then it'll land here for a longer while.
Okay, so it must be part of the Smith Center 2013-14
So it's
season.
goes fairies, killer, fairies again. So it's interesting.
I don't think it's the Smith Center. I think when they land here,
Oh, it's going to be at the...
it might be...
Well, see, that's what they're doing with Million Dollar Quartet.
It's either Venetian. Well, Million Dollar Quartet's going to Harris.
Harris, okay.
But I think it's either Venetian or Palazzo where Priscilla's going.
Okay.
Okay, we have that. We got to turn that fan off. It's going to drive me nuts, man. Just because I'm here.
That's all right. I'll keep... No, thanks.
Oh, it's all.
I'm good at
quiet
pulling
now.
clothes.
Well, Ben, you normally handle the reins for the LVTAPS show, and you're being very quiet here.
Well, I want to talk about Pillowman for a second.
Oh, I do too.
Because, but real quick on Book of Mormon. Now, before we go to Pillowman, because
There's a very similar.
very nice segue there.
Yeah.
We can make that happen. Everybody's always, when it came on the scene and it was in New York and everybody was going to New York and going, wow, it was so fantastic, and everybody came back and was talking about it, and it blew away the Tony Awards, and it kind of further increased its momentum, and blah, blah, blah. Now, I had the same...
Was that your question?
No.
Okay.
I had the same experience with Wicked. Okay, but except Wicked didn't... I think the fact that it didn't win the Tony kind of gave it more momentum, but that's just my opinion.
That's like Star Wars not winning the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Right. So when I went and saw it...
Or Metallica losing to Jethro Tull for the Hard Rock Grammy.
Did that actually happen?
Yes, it
That's way not the same.
It's not right.
That's not the same at all. I saw it at the Pantages Theater the first time, Wicked.
Okay.
And so I went in there going, okay, here's all the battle, it's just storming and it's just I need to
There's
see
a thought
if it's
there
good.
somewhere.
And Eden Espinosa was the alphabet, and so I was sitting there
Not
going,
Adina
okay,
Espinosa?
Freudian slip. And it was really, really good. And I remember walking out of the theater with one of my students at intermission into the lobby area, and she goes, "That was the best show I've ever seen." And I was like, "Wait until you see the second act." And she goes, "There's a second act!" And I was just like, "Yay!" And so that was, I know it's kind of silly, but it was really, really cool, and it really kind of cemented for me that that's like a legitimate, not just like a marketing thing and kind of a silly, fluffy
Well,
thing.
and I saw Wicked here, and it was a fantastic show.
It was fantastic.
I left the Smith Center going, wow, I'm in the wrong city. I did not leave the Pantages going, I'm in the wrong city.
Well, the city's wrong. So.
Yeah.
The walk back to the parking lot is a smelly one.
The freaks were out in full force going to the.
Let's go see something in the Halloween.
I was there with my girlfriend Kelly, and almost dragged her across the street to go see a show at the Second City. And I was like, wait, that won't get out until like 1:30, and then the freaks will really be out.
It's like The Walking Dead. You don't understand. You don't understand. How many times do I hit this thing?
Once a show.
Doggone it. You were hiding this mouse. We're putting it down on the floor.
That's hilarious.
And then when you step on it,
It's good music.
Thanks. Do you know what musical's from? 10 points.
apparently they didn't listen to the show 2 weeks ago.
I listened to it, but I didn't look it up. Sorry.
No, it was actually said.
Do you want me to tell you?
Oh, you guys said it?
Yeah, Full Monty.
Full Monty.
What is it? Big Black
Big Black Man.
Big Black Man. Yeah.
Which is ironic because I'm from Michigan.
The opposite?
Anyway, and then I had the zombie run today, which was fun. I ate it
No, I want to know what it was like.
Well, it was cheesy, and it was a fun run, and there was a lot of people in costume. Our friends from the cast of Evil Dead were there, and I didn't mean to say it with that.
That was a sardonic.
Evil Dead was there.
No, they were actually a sponsor of the run, so
nice.
of course they were there. But they did the walk, but
The evil walk.
but there were zombies in volunteer air quote day. There were volunteers that were most of them dressed up as zombies, and they were supposed to be, not giving chase and just basically reaching out. We got belts with 3 football flags on them.
That's kind. And they had to get you.
Yeah, but they were right there at the very beginning, so a lot of people got crammed right at the very beginning because they let us go in stages, and so the zombies are right there, just like, come on, start up. And then there was a gauntlet at the end, so it's just like, if you had any flags left. I made it about 2.5 miles with my flags. My daughter was dead in the first 100 yards.
Wow.
But
How many zombies were there per runner ratio?
I'd say,
runners,
yeah, there's a lot more runners, but the runners, because we went in stages, there was no way to really go as a pack. If strategically you would not be running through zombies, you would be running away from zombies. But the strategy
It's like the running of the bulls, but
I was in the very last group. So all the other groups had gone before me, so there was no way I could catch up to them.
And all your zombies were tired already.
Well, no.
They don't have to move very far.
They didn't. With the first group, they could have held back a little bit, waited for the second group to catch up, and they would have had 50 to 100 people to use as bait, which is what I tried to do.
Hide behind a couple runners.
At about maybe a quarter mile, half mile in, I did a little duck and weave as only I can. Took my feet off the trail.
This should have been
hit.
filmed.
It was. I almost cracked my phone because I was running with it. But I took a face plant in the rocks. So my right leg is all chewed up. My right shoulder's all chewed up. You can go find it on Facebook. But
Nice.
and then I got a haircut today. So my apologies to the Biloxi group because we're doing a benefit next week, shaving our heads. But I was offered free headshots today, so I had to get my
Congratulations.
head shaved.
Yep.
It's not totally shaved.
You could always paste it back on.
Well, I hadn't cut it since Avenue Q last year, so it had been growing for.
Oh right,
about a year.
last weekend you had a mullet.
Shut up! It was not a mullet.
I can't like.
It was a
roll
party
my
in the
hair
front
out
and a party in the back. There was no business whatsoever.
I'm getting older, so it's getting thin on top, and I have a yarmulke here, so it grows down like this. I look like Rolf from the Muppet Show. After a while, I have to go if it gets fuzzy.
Right now, you look like Princess Leia.
Thank you. And on that note, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yeah, let's actually talk to our guests. Let's do that.
Oh my gosh.
Hello there, this is Roger Rees.
That's awesome. That was an early morning for you.
Yeah, I was up at 6:30 this morning.
Oh, good lord.
I'm going to be up late tonight.
I had a friend who got a GoPro and put it on his forehead.
Oh, that's a great
So
idea.
then he was recording of his entire zombie run. It was
The zombie run? Oh, that's really cool.
Mine would have been very funny watching me just go boom, and I cracked my head down.
Big dog salad to Grandma's pot.
Hey, Libby?
Made soups daily.
I bring me my
soda, intern Livy.
I want to be one of the zombies.
It was fun. I didn't run most of it because she didn't run most of it, and I apparently haven't run in a long time, so that was tough for me.
Yeah, I've definitely realized that I can't run anymore. No more running.
I choose not to.
That's I think a better choice.
You're wearing your shirt that was in
Oleana.
what?
Oleana.
Oleana. Yeah, that's your shirt.
It is.
I recognize it.
You need a life.
Well, I recognize it because
He's a big fan.
I don't normally see turtlenecks with short sleeves.
Well, and it's mock too, so it's not really a turtleneck.
Yeah, it's still
Covering up all my zombie hickeys.
Oh, that's why you really did.
So you trade a flag for a.
Oh, right. This is commercial time, so we can swear and stuff.
Yes, you can.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Heck, gosh darn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna plug Peter Pan real quick.
Yeah, can I have my soda?
Because my kids are listening. They just texted me. The wonders of technology.
Yay! That student doesn't get a B-.
They love you.
Please, Arnie,
It's just the
try.
one kid on radio duty out in the car.
3 unicorns for each of them.
This is Maggie Wheeler, Janice from TV's Friends, and oh my God!
Oh.
Curtain call with Eric.
Wasn't ready for that.
Welcome back to Curtain Call. This is Eric Ball, and I want to just say real quick hello to all my students over at Faith Lutheran High School who are working diligently into the wee hours of the morning on the set for Peter Pan. If any of you are interested, it opens this weekend, November 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and the following weekend, the 9th through the 11th, at Faith Lutheran High School. Peter Pan is going to be a new steampunk adaptation of the high-flying J.M. Barrie classic tale.
But you still have flying.
We do? Oh,
But
yes.
but it's by steam.
It's kind of like
Jetpacks.
by steam.
I was going to
Does
say,
Peter Pan have a
we
jetpack?
strap fire extinguishers to the backs of the children.
That is so
and then we
cool.
just...
Yes, but does Peter Pan have a backpack?
Peter Pan does not have a backpack. No, Peter Pan has...
Or a
it's still
jet-
fairy...
it's
It's
not,
still
it's not a
fairy dust.
backpack. That'd be kind of lame.
He
Yes.
still flies on his own
Yes, he does.
dreams and hopes. And
Yes,
Or
and
pixie dust.
I know, I'm just adding things.
faith
Nice.
and trust and pixie dust, yes. And then we have, like for instance, our Captain
Don't give it
Hook.
away. I don't want to.
No, I don't want to give too much away. I want to give a lot of it.
Spoilers.
I want to give three things away. Three things away. One, it's very cool. No, the Captain Hook has a whole mechanical arm.
Oh,
the whole
sweet.
arm has been eaten by the crocodile, and he's using that mechanical arm right now to paint the inside of the Lost Boy hideout red. That's right, Jordan. You better be painting that red.
Wait, is he painting the roses red too, or is that
No,
a
he's
different
painting
story?
it red. Anyways,
And
and
hit it.
and Taylor and Jessica are all geared up right now. I'm predicting what they're working on as we speak.
Nice.
Is that also a pun on the style?
The whole steampunk geared up.
Yeah, he's been spending the last 3 weeks writing puns.
That's
on
why I wasn't here last week.
it. Eric doesn't understand the finer aspects of improvisation.
I do too. It's really
Improvalicious.
wonderful.
Oh, Max and I got to teach a couple of weeks ago for the.
It was last weekend.
That's a tenure.
That's what I said.
For the Nevada Thespians thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
We were in full tech rehearsal, and we couldn't be there. But we were thinking of you.
As you were making up puns.
I'm out of puns.
Did you get the blankets? I saw that post.
Yeah.
You were looking for
Yeah,
blankets.
we were looking for sheets, actually.
Sheets.
Sheets, yep.
Something.
has to
No,
do
don't
with-
tell. No, I don't want a spoiler.
No, it's okay. But I do want to say, please get your tickets to Peter Pan at faiththeatercompany.com. That's Faith Theater, THEATR.
Thank you.
Company.com.
Ben's falling asleep.
Gotta be
Because you
We're
have no idea what I just went through.
No, well, by
And then-
all means,
and then
tell
you
us
know what?
tell us
I'm
what
just
you've
gonna-
been tell us what you've been going through, because that would make better radio.
For breakfast, I had Cheez-Its and a Monster.
FaithTheaterCompany.com. FaithTheaterCompany.com. And
then
we're
RE.
back.
Is that how you subliminally do things?
I guess I'll just FaithTheaterCompany.com.
That's not creepy at all.
Peter Pan. It's a steampunk.
The cops are going to be waiting for him when he gets to school
Seriously?
tomorrow.
Send $5 to Eric Ball, care of Peter Pan.
The house is now clean.
This house is clean. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But our friends Christian Escobar did the choreography in this number, because even though it's not a musical version, it's a play version, there is some choreography, there's underscoring music, there's like a clockwork crocodile, some amazing puppetry with the Nana and the crocodile. We have fight choreography by Sean Critchfield, who we all know and love.
Yeah.
And
You have a clockwork dog?
we have a clockwork crocodile. The dog is
It's
It's
Yeah.
a crocodile.
And he said Dana.
I said clockwork crocodile.
But Nana also.
And Nana's also a
And
puppet.
we also have
Okay.
a clockwork orange. It's kind of cool.
Oh.
That I would.
That's in the green room.
Peter Pan and Clockwork Orange together.
Ooh.
Mashup of those two.
Oh, if Stanley Kubrick, if you could have gotten him to direct the show instead of you.
That's nice.
The whole start of it would be like, never is an awfully long time, Peter.
The other
And then two twins would come out and
Yeah.
walk towards the
Captain Hook would have had forks holding his eyes open.
Smee would just be dead.
Yes.
There you go.
He would just be dead.
Yeah.
But anyways, my wife is the director of this particular show, and,
Oh,
and
okay.
she's doing a brilliant job. And and I hope you all get a chance to come out and see it.
6 performances, correct?
6 performances, yes. And if you listen throughout the course of the week at KSHP, the radio shopping show, I'm going to be giving them 10 pairs of tickets for the radio shopping show, so you can get your tickets there. And I'm going to say right now, if you want to chime in and give us a call at 221-SAVE, that's again 221-SAVE. Save. If you want to give us a call right now, the first person to call, I'll give 2 tickets to opening night of Peter Pan.
Where's my phone?
You can't call. None of you parents that are there working call either. That's cheating. You cheaters.
And it also means they're not working. We've been you and I have been very vocal,
verbose, I would say.
Yeah, loquacious, as it were. And Ben has been sitting here very.
FaithTheaterCompany.com.
Good Lord.
I don't know. Oh, there he is.
Hey guys!
Hey, Ben Roy. I would like to talk about Pillowman because, first of all, you look like you could use a pillow. Yeah, because you.
Yeah, a washcloth too. I got blood all over me.
Well, you had a matinee today, right?
Yeah.
So okay. Yeah. So obviously there's some blood in the show.
Just a little.
We should probably give a kind of a preface to this conversation.
Because it is a very graphic show.
And I think it's very appropriate for the Halloween episode of Curtain Call because I encountered Pillowman for the first time in college when I took a course and they had me read all these plays, and I remember zipping through it going, that was freaky, moving on. Now
I had this picture of Pillowman actually. You actually having an encounter with Pillowman, asking him, would you kill yourself?
Eric actually played Pillowman.
Nice.
He put a sheet, that's what the sheets are for apparently, put a sheet around his neck and he'd run around the campus, I am Pillowman!
Did you try to get kids to kill themselves?
No.
He does that now.
Oh, okay.
No, that was last week.
Under the guise of Peter Pan.
I didn't get a unicorn or death.
I promise you this jetpack works. I promise you.
I promise I don't know if it's full.
It's just hydrogen peroxide and love.
That's how Peter Pan flies.
Hey, when you die, at least you'll have white teeth.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
You'll be bubbly, but dead.
Yeah. So, a difficult matinee today, or just a very exhausting? I can imagine the show is fairly exhausting.
It's absolutely intense. It's the most physically and mentally demanding show I've ever done. Ever.
Wow.
You come out of it, and the matinees are actually a little easier because you're midway. I mean, I never say that. I hate matinees. I hate doing matinees. But the matinees for this show, I find run so much smoother because it takes so much out of you to do it that at least by the end you're not dead. Well, I'm not. My character's not dead.
Well, and
is dead.
My character is dead.
And doing Friday night and Saturday night, I mean, you've been up all day.
Yeah, exactly.
Where, you may be a little bit fresher.
And you don't leave the stage the whole show.
No, I'm on the entire show. And it's funny because talking about Sean Critchfield. He has one act in the show,
right.
And he leaves after one act. We go off together in intermission. He keeps saying, "Oh, I'm so tired." I say, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I did a whole act before you, and I have a whole act after you. Shut up."
It's a 3-act?
It is. That's the difficulty of it, is that it's literature-wise, if you read the play, it's in 3 acts.
Okay.
But produced, you do it in 2 acts, and it's actually written in. There's an interval in between Act 2, Scene 1 and Act 2, Scene 2.
Oh, wow.
But it's...
Would you call them
3 acts.
Movements? I mean, the story, or does the story...
There's
jump?
some
I haven't had a chance to see it.
There's a joke there somewhere.
Right. We're trying to be good.
Oh.
We're trying...
No, don't be good. It's the Halloween episode.
But there are still certain words that cannot be said.
Oh.
So we can infer. I get it. We can infer. We just can't use words. But no, you're right. It's written in 3 acts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lysander and I are having an intelligent conversation, and you 3 are talking about poop.
This is how LVTAPS
You know what?
works.
It's funny because we did our show this morning, LVTAPS show, and we were like, you know what? We have a very similar dynamic. We each have our own little thing. The guy who speaks professionally, and then the guys who goof off. So,
Wait, who's who?
Yeah, I want to know.
No. We don't specify.
Okay.
It changes every week.
Whoever shows up, Jamie, Carrie Ann.
Well, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Well, 2 weeks ago, I was in the hot seat, and you were off teching or whatever it was you were doing. And so I had Carrie Ann and
Elizabeth
and Liz Matthews. Carrie Ann comes in wearing gold thug teeth, and just between her and Liz, I was
like
the mature one.
Gabba Gabba episode. Carrie Ann.
I hate being the mature one.
We hate it when you're the mature one too.
Thanks.
It's unsettling.
I'm not even on camera. Hey, what's up?
There it is.
How you doing?
Hey.
No hair.
See the haircut?
No hair
on camera.
But yeah, and speaking of mature, we can't wait for you guys to come back on our show.
Have you ever been?
You know something? The one time that I was going to, I couldn't or something, but I need to.
I thought I was the Alec Baldwin of.
Oh, that's right.
LVTAPS.
You've been on our show like 4 times.
Yeah.
3, whatever. It felt like 4.
There was an episode where it's like, Glenn's here, isn't he? Oh, no.
He's somewhere in the back.
Somewhere.
Why is Glenn peeing in the corner? Oh, he's marking
Very
his
Blair
territory.
Witch. Very Blair Witch.
Yes.
No, but
I haven't done any shows for you guys to have me on.
Yes. Oh, way to bring it back.
Yeah, you know something? That Blair Witch reference, I was bringing it back. See,
Thank you.
But Pillowman, now, when I read it again, it's funny because Sean Critchfield and I were talking about Pillowman when he was in rehearsal, and I said, oh yeah, I read that. That's a pretty good play. And he goes, no, dude, it is one of my favorite shows ever. It is so phenomenally philosophically, blah, blah, blah. He kind of went on this big thing, and I was like, yeah, it is, isn't it? And I was like, I need to read this again, apparently, because I whipped through it. Like, it was that and Juno and the Paycock, and, you know, it's like I went through these things like this. So I sat down, and I read this thing concertedly for like a good hour and a half. I just kind of devoured it really carefully, and, you know, I have a... This is why I don't read novels very often, is because I have to think about the person saying the lines out loud. So when we have all this like narrative that's just suggestive and not anyone speaking in a book, I'm just like it's like reading stereo instructions. It's really hard for me to get through it. That's why I married an English teacher. Then she can just read to me. Anyways, so I read Pillowman. You just changed the camera on me. I know when you do it. Those clicks are loud. I hear it. Over here.
Sorry, I had to do something to keep me awake. You were saying?
Anyways.
Speaking of a married
I'm
couple,
enjoying
good
your story.
Lord.
Yes.
So am I. You read Juno?
So I read Pillowman again.
Yay, okay.
And it was very, 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 very compelling. Not only was it freaky and intense and had a thriller element to it that just kind of really kept me on the edge of my seat, but it was compelling. It was really thought-provoking. It made you think about mortality and, more importantly, relationship. And it really...
Relationship like Munchausen by proxy
can I tell you something?
whatever.
Can I tell you something? Sean said something to me before I read it for the second time. He said that the playwright is a very unique individual. And he's also for those of you who have no... help me out with the name of the playwright again.
Martin McDonough.
Okay, and he recently...
Because I have no...
Right, and he recently did the screenplay for this new movie out with Christopher Walken called 7 Psychopaths. And that's supposed to be brilliant, by the way, too.
He's also done In Bruges.
In Bruges.
Oh, yes. And he said that he read this interview with him about how he got into playwriting because he would love to go to the theater. And he would love to sit there and watch shows, but he had a hard time with it. Because when he would sit in the audience and watch these performances, he would find himself journeying in his own mind about, okay, in this group of 4 people who are having a dialogue and creating a moment here, which one of these people goes home and beats their wife? And he would try to psychoanalyze that through their performance. And he says that it's one of those things where his way of thinking, on the flip side, is what brought him to wanting to write for the stage. And thus, this material comes out of that. And I found that very compelling, and I didn't think two blinks about it until after I read Pillowman the second time. Then I thought, wow, if you go back and read it with that kind of backwards thinking, it's like, whoa, it really shines a whole big light on this story because, and we haven't really talked about the story in general. Maybe you need to do that because this is a show everyone needs to go out and see.
Well, all I know is I'm going to go see Peter Pan and wonder which kids are going home and getting beaten.
Definitely. Who are beating their wives?
Oh. No, just going home to get beaten.
Just getting beaten.
Yeah,
going on
these kids aren't married. Come on, that's a sick thought, thinking these kids being married.
Who knows?
Well, the interesting thing about what you just said before, I want Lysander to talk about the story because
no, I'm not talking about the story. I want to talk about Martin McDonough. But go do your thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to say that. It's funny that you say that because it's not that he doesn't analyze these people from like a sick. That he's not necessarily sick and twisted.
No.
It's funny because what he does is he melds it with this humor, and he makes you analyze these unreal yet totally real scenarios that happen, and he brings out the light in it in a little way that makes you feel uncomfortable because you're laughing at something that's gruesome and terrible. But it's things that people think about but they don't say. People do think about these things,
and it's the same morbid. And I might argue, this is my argument, that it's the same morbid curiosity that we all have when we're driving down the highway. There's a terrible accident, and we slow down. We have to take a gander, even if that sort of thing disturbs us, or we we're running late or whatever.
That's the animal in us.
It's human nature, yes.
Yeah,
but there's a carnal curiosity
yes.
that we all kind of carry around with us that wonders and suggests that there is something hidden behind the door that we just got to take a peek at. It's the same reason why people go to haunted houses.
Why reality TV makes so much money.
Right.
Yeah.
But Martin McDonough, if you love Pillowman, the great thing about him is that Pillowman's actually a switch for him. Mm-hmm. If you go read his other plays, Beauty Queen of Lenan and the Inishmore plays, the trilogy, there's a lyricism to him that's actually really kind of positively poetic, and then you really, because you got his scary side and his kind of psychoanalytic side, and if you put those two together, you get a really whole playwright.
But this play, obviously, you chose to do this one as opposed to any of those other ones.
Yes.
And because of the time of year, or
no,
we were going to do this. Go ahead.
Well, I mean,
we do that all the time.
Is this the one he's best known
No,
for?
absolutely not.
So that's the curiosity for me is, I love, when theater groups will pull obscure plays out. Cockroach is doing that right now with Migniola Twins, as opposed to How I Learned to Drive. Or driving, whatever.
How I Learned to Drive.
Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
How I Learned to Drive.
Migniola Twins, by the way, going October 26th through November 18th, going on.
Very nice.
Good job.
Joe Hines, how you doing?
I know.
Hey, Joe.
What's
up, Joe?
Yeah, we wanted to get Joe on the show.
Hey,
but,
hey.
He's a busy man.
He wouldn't call me back. I'm like, whatever.
Joe.
Oh, boy.
Joe.
I don't want to hear that you guys got the call.
I haven't talked to Joe in a couple of weeks. He's been very busy, obviously, with the twins. Both being played by the same actors.
Yeah, that's a huge fascination with that play. But that's actually a lot of what it goes into choosing a play for Poor Richard's players. We're really very much into the storytelling, and so there's
storytelling.
Yeah, Max plays a storyteller.
Oh, okay.
Pillowman. If there's not a twist or something or a specialness about a specific play that has to do with theater convention, it's definitely on our radar.
Well, how do you guys work that? Because the three of you are fairly inseparable. You do the LVTAPS show. Poor Richard's Players produces shows, and that at least Ben, you and Lysander rotate. And obviously, you guys do different things. Max does his happy hour. Ben, does theater as well. But again, you directed it, and Lysander, was the cat in the hat. So you guys do tend to utilize the nepotism, as it were, which is that's fine because you guys are you guys are all you guys are good.
We put Dick Johnson. He wrote.
That's
Dick
true.
Johnson was
I forgot about that.
And he wrote that, and it was amazing.
And you guys
and he started
were recognized at the Fringe for it. But how do you guys? And getting back to the question, do you guys work together to decide what Poor Richards is going to do, or
is it like a board effort, or do you guys come up with
it's a board of three, right?
We do and we don't. Yeah, we're the three founders of the company, and it kind of rotates in the same way that we rotate how we do specific shows.
Okay,
but we're in the process of scheduling 2013 right now, and I don't want to give anything away because we got some big plans in the works. But
somebody else may Skype it from or
well,
Skype it from you.
I wasn't going to say anything,
Skype it.
But
I
mean, it's a matter.
That does happen in this town.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I know.
So don't say it off the air either.
I was talking about how
there's something to be said about doing it first, and it's like, I got it first, and it's just like it really doesn't matter. I mean, how many?
You guys aren't doing
Hamlets,
Hairspray, are you?
I mean,
oh crap!
Please don't do
We were
Hairspray
totally going to do Hairspray
or Hamlet.
Or Hamlet.
That was our second show.
Or Closer.
We would do Hamspray. That's what we were going to do.
Or Closer.
Closer.
Glenn
Glengarry's.
We're going to do the all-male cast of Glengarry Glen Ross. It's never been done before.
Never been done.
Well, no, I think there was at least two other groups that were considering doing Glengarry Glen Ross, and I'm not sure which group did it with all-female cast.
Current Theatrics,
yeah.
I don't know them.
Come on, guys.
It's Ruth's.
Oh, okay.
Ruth Pape Halileo.
You were saying
hit that bell. No,
you were saying Bell. What were you saying? All right. But no, Ben, you were talking about how you guys kind of rotate things, but I would think it's much more organic between the three of you because I've seen you guys work together, and you don't seem to have
But is the strategy? I'm curious. Is the strategy more of a like a beginning of the year? We're planning the whole season from beginning to end, or we're going to plan this much and see where it goes, and plan this much and see where it goes. Do you want to keep it kind of open-ended like that? Some theater companies like working like that.
Well, and sometimes things fall through. I mean, if you want to do a certain show 9 months down the road, how soon do you have to get the rights for it? If somebody jumps in ahead of you and finds
especially musicals, they a lot of things get released right in the middle of when you're planning,
and the cost of doing that, and if so, you have a production that you're expecting to have better ticket sales, that doesn't quite fund your show the next time, and you don't want to have to go on Indiegogo yet.
We were going to talk about that this morning, and we just ran out of time. But no, it's actually right in the middle of everything the two of you have just said. We meet as a group, and then everyone has a wish list. And then we all just kind of talk about our wish lists. Does it meet the criteria that Poor Richard's Players has? We have our criteria.
Cool. You have standards.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it necessary? Actually,
I like that you didn't finish. You're like, is that?
Actually, I can read.
Oh, you wrote it down, so I can.
No. Do not look at Lysander's calendar. You will go blind.
Sorry, but this is.
Well, no, I've got it on film.
You're writing like a font.
It can be.
No, it's all cash.
Comic Sans.
This is
Comic Sans.
Comic Sans.
I just want to touch on that though. Not about the standards thing. Before, sorry.
Oh,
But-
No.
I understand. But what I'm saying is that we have what Poor Richards likes to maintain, which is a certain type of show.
Sure. Yes.
However, we fully understand that audiences are attracted to other types of shows.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we totally know where we have to meet in the middle. We know we have to do these types of shows and these types of shows.
Yes, and you guys have gone all
Yes.
different directions. The Bible abridged.
That was really popular.
Yeah, and that's a completely different show than a lot of people would tend to go see in Las Vegas.
Right, but we do have one overarching criteria, and this is really Lysander's area, is that it has something to do with a play on the storytelling. It's a way that it's done. It's not something that everybody can just go do. I mean, you can. That's not what I mean, but it's something different. It's not mainstream. It's not just here's a play that's by the book. That's everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Where you have all the stage directions.
Challenge norm.
That's not fun.
Challenge the artist. Challenge the audience. That's our.
Those shows are a dime a dozen. If you want to see a show that is, for lack of a better term, unoriginal, that is done the same way that it's typically done, I would say UNLV is very close to that.
But for a reason, because they're a school. So
and I don't mean to disparage any production at UNLV. I've seen quite a few fantastic shows there. Conversely, I've seen a couple of non-excellent shows.
They can't all be.
I've seen a couple of bad Poor Richard shows.
Oh, thank you.
I'm kidding. I didn't go see those.
But no, the way our company was founded was we knew that in order for this company to succeed in 20 years from now, we're the huge theater company that's winning the regional Tony Award. The only way to do that.
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It is hard. I want to go to the party.
On his wish list.
It is. Yes,
I just got banned a few moments ago.
We're totally going to do it.
How long have you guys been together? Because the three of you are a fairly eclectic group. I've known Max for a number of years, and all of a sudden I found out Max was involved with you two, and I think you two were...
Weird phrasing you're using.
I just was thinking that. I was like, was involved with.
Oh, no. Max and I have been doing improv for a number of years, but I know that you were doing some Shakespeare in time, and I'm guessing that's how you met Ben.
They met before I met either of them.
We were doing independent films years ago.
Okay.
Years and years and years
well,
ago.
because you came out of nowhere as far as, in my mind, it's like, and I've come to find out you've done, lots of TV and other stuff.
He's done the world.
And settled in Vegas. But it was just like, for me, seeing the three of you guys, it's like, where did these guys come from? It's just all of a sudden you were there.
That's why it works. That's why it works. We've got three different dynamics.
Poor Richards has been together almost 3 years?
No.
Two.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Poor Richards has been almost 2 years. We've known each other for a few years. I mean, the three of us have been working together for a few years. LVTAPS started first.
Okay.
Poor Richards came out of LVTAPS. When we formed LVTAPS, the Las Vegas Theater Arts Production Show, LVTAPS.com. Anyway.
Or on Stitcher.
Oh, best place to listen to us on the go. Anyway.
And you guys still have the links to Amazon, so if they...
That's right.
Yeah, if you want to donate to LVTAPS Show, hit the Amazon link through LVTAPS.com.
I got you.
You're awesome.
FaithTheater.com.
Anyway, you spell with an R-E. Thank you.
We said we worked together at Las Vegas Shakespeare Company before, and then we started this podcast for theater when Curtain Call was gone, and on sabbatical, whatever.
Yeah,
on vacation. On vacation. And then we said, wow, you know what? We really have this chemistry together. We really have these ideas. We really have this unified passion, and we have the same goals. And we really want this. And we've all been burned. We've all had great moments. And we have this overall vision that we thought that we could each contribute to. And it just kind of and then Lysander said, well, I've always wanted to start this company named Poor Richard's Players. And then Max and I looked at each other. We're like. Okay, let's do it.
It was all in Ben's living room. It was all in Ben's living room.
It was very
it was in my living room.
very quick.
Can I ask you something? There seems to be in Vegas this kind of like pool of opportunity that all theater companies want to draw from, and how they do that. I always am curious as to what your ultimate goal with the company is. You know, is your goal to break walls down to maybe
that's it. That's all they want.
Or maybe is it to challenge the norms of how audiences view, community theater? Is it to offer new and exciting works? Is it to offer what is the kind of the ultimate goal?
What is your mission statement?
Yeah, the mission statement.
We
have
said that already.
We have a long mission statement, but the short. Go. No, I've been talking too much.
No. First and foremost, as a company, we want to make money. And
Amazon.com when you click on the link.
Well, that's just to fund the podcast.
Yeah.
But in the long run, we want this company to be successful enough where it is part of the burgeoning mid-level theater industry in Las Vegas, where it's a full company that with a payroll and and everyone works and everyone gets paid.
You'd be the first one in town.
Yes-ish.
It's debatable.
But I feel like everyone's sort of on their own journeys to get there, and Las Vegas will get there. With the city is finally recognizing that if you create and nurture a strong arts community in this town, then people will want to move here and stay here. That's why Zappos is a huge funder of First Friday and everything.
And makes no bones about it.
And they're a huge supporter for Las Vegas Little Theater as well.
Exactly,
which is great.
Yeah, because they know that if they make their employees' lives fuller with a full arts community, they will stay with the company and stay in this.
It seems to me that most of the theater companies in town too have this kind of, they want to take that backdoor way of saying, listen, nobody gets paid on staff. It's a non-profit thing. It's, guys, take it, we're cool, so come and see our stuff. It really doesn't matter. If it's all about the show for the audience, if it's all about the what you're able to offer in that give and take between player and audience, then it doesn't really matter if you're on payroll or not. It's what is out there that's an opportunity for you to go and see.
Exactly.
I don't necessarily think a successful theater company is nonprofit, or a successful theater company is one that where I think that you can make it as much of a business as a shoe store or anything, just so long as what you're creating, what the product is genuine and has a good foundation. You know what I mean?
And it's something that people want.
Yeah, it's not because I've coming from Chicago and Michigan, there's boatloads of theater companies that they just crank out show after show after show, and it is a business, but it's Jello jigglers. They're formulaic, and they just crank them out, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's not at all, there's not much substance there, you know what I mean? And so
that's why number 2 for the goals of our company is to create work that not only challenges our artists on stage because of either the difficulty of the content or maybe the way we've designed the show. It's a difficult thing for our designers, something new that they've never tried before, but also for the audience. We challenge them with content, with breaking theater convention. We're trying to find ways to tell stories that the Las Vegas audience hasn't seen before. And so in creating, and hopefully creating that kind of product, we create a Las Vegas voice, a specific theater voice that only Las Vegas can offer. And that's one of the goals that Poor Richards wants.
That marries with LVTAPS very nicely too,
that, yeah.
because then you can actually have a voice out there as well. So
and that's what Ben was talking about, branding. There's a specific way that Poor Richards players.
You were talking about it.
You didn't say the word branding. But
Okay.
Telepathically, you sent it to
I think you said brandy.
Yeah, yes, that's it.
She's a fine.
Where's my snifter? Oh no,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes. But Poor Richard's Players puts together a specific kind of show. So if you, as an audience member, goes to see a show, you should be able to recognize from the way we tell our stories and from how it's done that it's a Poor Richard's product. And that's what we aim for. Our business model, the way we do theater is definitely not. We don't think anybody else should or do the same thing. Every theater company is going to do their own thing, but these are our goals, and this is how we do business.
Essentially, theater is marketing. You got to get people in the seats eventually, otherwise you're not going to have a show to perform. But I always have thought that a very unsuccessful theater company is one that has forgotten about the audience. You need to know who you're playing to, and oftentimes. It's about generating the product, not so much generating the product for an audience.
Well, and Poor Richard's Players have certainly been putting up a number of good shows. We had November. Sorry, we're in October.
Hunt for Red November.
Yes. Sorry.
That was awesome. Yay.
Anyway,
and we're going to take a break.
I've got a couple of other questions, but. My point is that you guys consistently have been putting up unique and good shows that have been getting positive recognition, which is why we finally decided to bring you in.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
We're gonna glean a lot from you being here today. Yes.
Well, Eric and I may form our own company. I won't do
and on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Love Taps on Curtain Call. Hang tight.
Did you just say back with Love Taps?
We're going to be back with Love Taps.
But this is Curtain Call.
He said with Love Taps
on Curtain Call. He said Curtain Call.
From the web series Submissions Only, and this
It's
is
Love Curtain.
With Eric
Love Ball?
There's no... Oh, with Eric Ball. Haha. Love Curtain Ball Tap.
Curtain Ball Tap?
Oh my god.
That just sounds sexual.
It is.
Everything sounds sexual.
Eric Ball loves
I hope your
taps
audience got that.
Eric Ball taps your love curtain?
That's a joke.
Yes,
I like that one.
Yeah, for the YouTube audience, what I was trying to mime was I have actually done the whole world sexually. Yes.
Lysander does Las Vegas.
In 80 days.
He has
Around the world in 80 days.
Right? You have a map.
I do.
Go red for women.
Now, you and I have a common friend in Pittsburgh, is that correct? Paul Sebastian?
Check out.
Oh, Paul and I went to school together. Yay!
I recall that because you had wished him a happy birthday. And I was
Formerly
like,
known as Cadillac.
no, how does Lysander know Paul? Because I knew Paul from my days there doing the improv. And,
Located directly across
so,
the
yeah.
Rave movie theater.
no,
Because we're the same age, right?
You and I?
Yeah, we would have been.
When did you go to... You went to CMU, right?
Yeah. I was there
beat up.
93.
I graduated
in the show, and he full on. He shot me right here with the palm of his hand.
But I moved. I graduated.
He said the beat right before didn't read, so I had to go full out with the next one. I was dazed, so I couldn't get up for a second. He full on just hit me in the head. It was insane.
Because I hadn't done any theater until.
It was great though. It gave me such energy. Like I had momentum from there.
Here's the thing. I always thought the next act
I'll be 42 next month.
Tournament of Kings. It's like half theater, half WWE. You come out and you respond to the crowd and stuff. I always thought I could make it as a pro wrestler. I could. I could because that energy, that give and take.
Yeah.
You could respond to that
Until you got your ass body slammed.
Until I got my ass kicked, then I'd have to.
You could be a promoter.
Yeah, I could be a manager.
Yeah.
Then I could smack him with the.
You know what? You need to do? You need to manage. You need to manage midget wrestling.
Oh Lord. It's little people wrestling.
I could take them.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going to keep...
I could take a couple midgets. I'm telling you that right now.
He's keeping pepper bombs in his pockets. Just
I could take a couple of them. 2, 3.
Take them where?
Take them to...
Salt in the eyes.
To go visit their family.
Yeah, see? Yeah. Salt in the eyes, see?
40s?
I'm going to take these little midget wrestlers and take them to the circus to visit their family.
This is why you watch on YouTube.
This is Vinny. See?
Yeah.
Vinny's going to beat you up, see?
It's the between stuff that's hilarious.
Oh. I'm like,
Play the slow commercial.
No, I hate that Raising Cane's. It's like, you are listening to... I'm going to play it next because you got to hear it. It's the most ludicrous. You obviously... It's done by extended it for 45 seconds to fill
I expect you to take my word for it. Stop on by and find out for yourself why they're the home of award-winning and local.
Well, the art of making the radio commercials kind of going
brew styles available
the
at
wayside.
all times. Think I'm exaggerating? Come in.
Yes.
We've been talking about doing our own radio stuff.
Yeah, we
commercials
just-
for it's like
We just don't have time.
we barely have enough time to do this
I'm
properly.
surprised I'm here.
And is open 24 hours a day for dining, drinking,
The kids are going, I'm only painting this because Mr. Ball told me to do it because he left. So I'm like, that's how they talk.
He wants it red. I'm going to paint it red. Fine. You want it red, Mr. Ball? Fine. I'm going to paint your whole desk red. Oh, it's my mechanical arm. Sorry.
Red House.
It made me do it.
After all,
And I
Listen
think
to this
there would be a
commercial.
lot more swearing. I think.
A toast to all you caniacs.
What is this
Ever
song?
faithful aficionados of fresh, never frozen
It's totally slowed
premium
down.
chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers, and you
John
better
Wayne
come
needs to-
out
No,
and
but it's like it's somebody modulated to just slightly.
freaking-
It's like we need it to fit
John
30
Wayne.
seconds.
It sounds like Patrick
into
Warburton.
the
is what it
main
sounds like.
fresh daily cane sauce.
Ooh, cane sauce.
Tangy tango.
I like taking their
off
Texas
anything.
toast,
I'm telling you that right
putting
now. Dog
the
shit, everything.
sauce on it, some
Dog
coleslaw,
crap. Sorry.
the chicken and
Did you say he's already YouTube?
I know it's YouTube. I can.
Go to ilovecanes.com.
Hey there, this is Kate Weatherhead from the web series Submissions Only, and this is Curtain Call with Erik.
Welcome back to Curtain Call.
I feel welcome.
If you've never Curtain Taps, if you've never seen Submissions Only, go over and check that out. It's a great web series.
Yeah, Kate Weatherhead. She's in a show right now, right?
Yeah.
That was her
Summer
that just
Day.
did the,
Yes, and she was also in Legally Blonde and other things on Broadway.
Yeah,
I can't
that looks.
remember.
That's actually right up for Richard's alley. That show, A Summer Day. It's about a woman who has an.
I thought you were talking about Legally Blonde. Am I really?
No, but I mean, if Poor Richards did a take on Legally Blonde, that would be very interesting.
By the way, Faith Lutheran's doing Legally Blonde in the spring.
Hey, look
Going
at
It's
on.
that!
being done Super Summer
Right
Day.
now we're doing Peter Pan, though, this upcoming weekend and next weekend. Go to faiththeatercompany.com for tickets.
LVTAPS.com.
Oh my gosh.
I'm doing a production of Biloxi Blues in benefit for the veterans.
We're benefiting veterans in Neverland.
We're specifically.
Neverland veterans.
So many of them.
I do believe in fairies.
I don't.
All the fairies that have died.
I don't.
The veteran fairies.
That's horrible.
That's the benefit. That's
Anyway,
the benefit.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure
You
I'm
guys-
insulting somebody. I apologize.
SVC Theater.
God bless America.
I'm very excited about that because it's their first foray into adult theater.
Yeah, and Biloxi Blues, part of the
I know
Lysander
that sounds weird,
trilogy,
right? Not porn,
it is a little.
but theater with adult.
Yeah, and it covers a lot of adult themes.
Well, that Neil Simon
and-
trilogy is great anyway.
Yeah.
Well, and I swear a lot in it, which is
You have the best. Okay, I'm sorry. You have the best role. That
Yeah, but I'm-
Sergeant Toomey is awesome.
But it's sad because you know the gunnery sergeant from Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
That's what I'm stuck in, and it doesn't work.
Well, with the juxtaposed alternative is, and then you go into Christopher Walken and
a 10 hot
just say ho.
at ease,
Who-
gentlemen.
Is that who played it in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the movie's
You're like, is that Christopher
I'm making
Walken?
sure I'm listening.
Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing there?
my name is Toomey, Sergeant Marwin J.
Stick to
Toomey.
Gilbert Godfrey. I'm sorry.
I have not tried doing. I'm sure.
That might get you out of your
Actually,
funk.
It might.
That would be a choice.
Yeah.
Well,
I like
I've
that, but I like it.
certainly been toning down the intensity of the drill instructor. Just having been in the Marine Corps and having lived some of that, it's hard for me to do something that may have been normal in World War II. Sure as heck wasn't normal for me.
Right.
Being yelled at by 3 drill instructors at the same time. That's what I dealt with.
I love your picture in uniform on Facebook.
That's
pretty cool.
that was actually my second lieutenant.
I thought that was
picture.
your Halloween costume.
No, that was actually a photo I took
Oh.
for second lieutenant.
I was like looking at it, going, "He looks so youthful."
So youthful.
Yeah. I have a question for Poor Richards players. Anything more in the realm of original works by any of you?
Yeah. By any of us.
Maybe.
Well, I'm working on stuff with Mark.
Mark
Valentine.
Valentine.
I know. I know
the audience
Pete, I know
don't
Pete
know.
very
Yes.
well.
He's not Pete. he eats.
He's Pete to me.
He's always going to be Pete to you, right?
And we're going to be seeing him in like an hour and a half.
we are. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
You know, there's some possibility of some follow-ups to other things that we've done. There's some
Sequels.
possibilities.
I have asked for something.
It's been requested.
I like the
because
air of mystery.
You know what?
Most of our guests, when I ask a leading question, they're like, "Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'd love to talk about that." These guys are like, "It's in Lysander's journal, which you can't read because of his hieroglyph writing style."
It's capital letters.
What does the bird mean?
It's a unicorn.
It means a lot of things.
It's a unicorn. You got an A.
Yeah,
It's a stork.
I give
Leave
my
him alone.
cast members grades as well. Yes.
In a way, he does.
I like your leading question, but nothing's started yet, so I don't want to announce that it's going to be done.
We've each written things,
Sure.
We've each done things, and there's what we started this year. It was Lysander's fantastic idea was the Poor Richard's Playwrights series, where we bring local Las Vegas playwrights to the foreground, and we read there, and we do a stage reading for them, and it's an invite only where we do catering and we do all this. We've done how many did we do this year? 4?
4.
We did 4 this year.
I was going to say, it seems like you guys have done more than just one annually.
Oh yeah, we've done 4 already, and it was great success, and it's fantastic for the playwrights because it gets so much feedback, and it's right at the cusp of they think it's done, they've done as much as they can on their own, and they want to see what people think, and it's testing the waters, and it's a great service, and that's something that we as writers ourselves will probably end up participating in. And, we're not opposed. It's our company. Why not?
It's hard when you write something because the test audience is usually either your significant other or the 1 or 2 choice people that you have that you always go to for creative, feedback. And it's like that's almost the worst type. Yeah. Because here's the thing: even if they try to be critical of it, they're giving you critique in the form of through a filter because they have your best interest in mind.
Oh, sure.
So they also know you really well.
Yeah,
that's a hindrance when you.
Well, and certainly some of the things that a significant other could read between the lines of what you're writing and understand it, whereas somebody completely. Unbeknownst to you, would be like, I don't get that, and because the
and you want critical feedback,
of course.
So it's kind of like it's funny. The first one we did, a coworker of the playwright came to the show and was like dead set on defending everything that went on, despite the helpful criticism.
Yeah,
and it happens.
He did not want any change to it because he was so close.
So he just wanted accolades.
Of course, the playwright is invited to invite whoever they want there.
Yeah.
But they also trust us to know who are people in this community that know what they're talking about. And because it's actually a lot of these playwrights that we deal with are not well known as playwrights in town, and they don't know a lot of these people in this community. They come to us and they say, "Hey, I've got this play. I'd like it to be read." And we invite people. Lysander mostly invites people. I don't do anything.
Well, I forgot you guys brought food in. I'll have to come next time.
Oh, food's fantastic.
Yeah, the catering is amazing. My sister is brilliant catering. It's amazing.
Want to plug? Plug her catering?
Oh well, it's not a business. She just does it with Poor Richards. Yeah, and so what
Poor Richards Catering.
Poor Richards Catering.
Nice.
It is a business.
Anyone
it's got to be a peak.
See, I don't know that I would go.
Yes, it's got to be
Poor Richards platters.
Poor Richards platters.
I don't know that I'd go with poor.
Poor Richards pierogies.
With catering.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
I haven't had
Palatius
Catering.
But what the great thing she does is she takes the script and then finds inspiration from it, and that's where the catering comes from. The food always has something to do with the play.
Everything's thematic.
Palatius.
Well, I will never submit
catering.
anything for you guys because I don't want to be eating crap. No, you know what?
It's brilliant.
I'm sure that crap's brilliant.
I have not written anything in a long time. It's you stop doing it, and it's hard to get back on.
You got to write every day,
writing horse,
especially when you're halfway through it already.
I will say I've never. Only one time, and that was because I lost my computer crashed, and everything that I had written got corrupt. And the copy I got back was dialogue, but it had no character heading, so it was like...
I don't know if I believe you. It's like the student who comes to me and says, I couldn't turn my paper in because my computer crashed, and the ink cartridge ran out of ink because the dog peed on it. And then
why is your printer on the floor where your dog can pee on it?
And my brother drove my mom's car away so she couldn't bring me to my dad's house, and they're divorced, and I'm just like, just turn your paper in.
That is such a specific...
You know what? It's very creative, but not for a drama. You don't do that to it. Right. Email the paper. If you wrote it on a computer, save a tree. Send it to curtaincallemail@gmail.com.
I don't care how you get it to me. Can you write it on the back of a shovel with a piece of coal?
Wait. Carrier pigeon? You have your students write tweets? I mean, 139 characters, no more, no less. 140.
But that's what I challenge you. I challenge you to finish your stuff, and then come over to Richard's Playwrights, and we'll get it done.
Gauntlet.
You know what? I have never written anything for stage.
You know something? I have stuff that I've written. We should have a playwright-a-thon or playwright playoff.
Oh, there you go.
I copyright it. Sorry.
There you go.
That's fine.
Because one of the goals.
You heard it here first on
It's on radio,
Taps.
so it's true. Dude, that's one of our goals is to create this Las Vegas specific voice, and
should do
playwrights
that,
are the way to do it.
That's why I love original newer
playwrights
series. You know, like Cockroach is doing it. You know, they're doing it. You're doing it. This is
get your submissions into LVLT by December 31st.
That's right. Playwrights competition.
What's
New Works.
Yeah.
By November, you said? Or
No, December 31st.
I was going to
It's the
say.
cutoff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it'll be in the black box in the April-May slot.
And see that's talk about instant feedback. I love the series that you're doing, so you can actually have a dialogue about it afterwards. But to actually see something staged, I mean, I don't know. There's something about that I don't care what it is. You know, there's something very, very enthralling about that.
Yeah. Well, it's a smart thing for a lot of companies are doing it, and so it's a play that you've helped develop. And then it gets to that point where you produce it. So you know,
and it's getting the writers to that next critical step.
And that's
because I know the three of you, I know that you would be providing a relatively safe environment to where you're not bringing people in just to beat them down. And I don't know of any groups that have done that in town. And every theater group that I've associated myself with, Insurgo used to do it all the time. Ernie Curcio, very successful playwright himself, at least regionally here.
But yeah, I loved going to those Sunday nights over the KGPA.
And it's down at the Cage, and then they did it a number of times. When they were at the Onyx and everywhere else, and it's nice to see, and that tradition still lives with a number of those members, still getting together and doing that, and so it's great that Poor Richards is doing the same thing. How do you guys differentiate other than catering? How do you differentiate yourself from that? Because the three of you.
Well, to answer your question, it's a full hosted night. It's an event, so it's not a casual type atmosphere. What we provide is a full event with a critical audience and with a structure to its natural staged reading with actors that have rehearsed the play already.
Oh, okay. So
we're still reading it.
And then after, and of course, with its
but
after that, do you provide the cast or do they cast it?
We provide the cast. We provide everything, and then I host it. I'll host a talkback afterwards to create that safe environment.
Sure. Do the actors doing the stage reading get together and work with somebody to kind of give it a little bit more of a directorial grounding?
There's a director. Yes,
Okay.
There's always a director.
Okay.
And it's one of these things that we try to cater to the playwright's needs.
Yeah.
It's kind of as much as they want or as little as they want. But I mean, what we've done every single time, we've had food that goes along with the show. We've had full casts. We've had a director. We've had invited guests that know what they're talking about. And we provide video and audio. We record the entire show. We record all the feedback, so the writer can then take that home with them and process it in piecemeal. They don't have to. It's not just an hour where they're getting all this information.
5 gallons of information in a shot glass. You can take it home and sip on it.
It's a very vulnerable. It's a very vulnerable moment for the playwright. They put their baby on stage, and all these people are now criticizing it. So when you're in the moment, you may not be listening completely. So when you take it home,
the anxiety of I hope they say that line right, or that doesn't sound right when I wrote it. Now I can see where that may not necessarily make sense in the context of the character.
And in the case of one of the plays, it's actually solid enough that they can take that DVD and use it as marketing if they want to sell the play or if they want to produce it somewhere else.
Well, you can't do anything with a play until you stage it, or have a staged reading, rather. You have to. I mean, nobody usually wants to touch it until professionally, anyways, or get royalties for it.
But I mean, it's just one of those things that it's a Poor Richards brand. It's just we do it and we do it up. It's we just have to make sure everything is done. It's very specific, and it's a service that we offer. And should I tell them if they're interested in?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. If there's any playwrights out there in the Vegas area, or even further out, if you hear this and you want to have that service done, just email us info@poorrichardsplayers.com.
Yeah, there's already a playwright in Florida who submitted, and so we're reading his play, and we'll see. Because the great thing is, if we record it, we can send it to you.
Sure.
It doesn't. You don't have to be in Las Vegas.
And the technology exists where you could watch it live.
Right. But we are loyal to Las Vegas. I mean, we want the Las Vegas voice to develop itself so that when that Samuel French or DPS copies out there, it says first produced in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Because people read that on the inside cover of MTI's scripts.
You'd be surprised.
info@poorrichardsplayers.com.
Fantastic.
Along those drops, by the way, I adapted the Peter Pan that's playing this weekend. This is based on the book and the musical kind of an adaptation, and I kind of there's like moments that we kind of expanded on and things like that. But this
I want to pick your brain about that because there are a couple of things I want to do as well. And how do the rights work if you're adapting a novel?
That's very interesting. You have to go to the foundation because he left everything when he died to the Children's Hospital in London.
Oh, right.
And so I wrote out there, and I just said, is it cool if we do an adaptation, make sure that's clearly marked, it's based on the classic by J.M. Barrie. All we're doing is adapting mostly the novel to the stage and with a few hints here and there from other stage adaptations that I've seen. They said that's fine, just so long as we don't collect any royalties. We never pursue royalties on it.
It's like put it together and then sell it.
And I put it as adapted for the Faith Lutheran stage.
Nice.
So it's kind of like it's specifically for this. I don't have any intention of taking it elsewhere from here, and it was specifically for Faith Lutheran. And so, but it was very interesting. We did another. One a while back based on the movie. I really wanted to adapt the movie version of Clue to the stage, just because I love it. And so that was extraordinarily hard to do. It was like a 2-year process. I sent out all these letters, and it bounced me from was it Parker Brothers? I think it's Parker Brothers to put the game to Paramount to
Christopher Lloyd.
No, I can't remember his name now. Who directed it? John Landis.
Was that John Landis?
Yeah. I think it was John Landis.
I thought it was Reiner, but what do I know? You're probably
Reiner. Maybe it is Reiner.
I don't know.
Anyways, to the director, back to Parker Brothers. Then I had to go to Cluedo in London. Because it started as Cluedo in London, and then all of them said, "Here's the thing: as long as it's a one-time special event for Faith Lutheran, you don't plan on collecting royalties, and you clearly mark it's from this, directed originally by this, produced originally by this, blah, 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 blah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just as long as the school's a non-profit school, so it's kind of like we just wanted to do the show and kind of adapt it and have fun with it.
Yeah.
How did you do the ending? If you don't mind.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I did take certain liberties here and there because we had 6 shows. And we had 6 killers, so every night was a different killer. Marketing.
Nice.
And so what we did, but this was the fun part about it, though, and this is the part that also kind of was frustrating to the parents. God love them. I got to market the program too. Is that we didn't pick who was going to be the killer that night until 5 minutes before the show began.
Nice.
So they couldn't buy tickets ahead of time and kind of give away who was going to do it. So we kind of had to. We literally had a hat with these feathers. We had different feathers in it, and the color feather they'd pull out. Oh, then
I would have thought you would have had the cards from the actual game.
No,
we did. Little envelope.
We did something. I don't remember the significance of the feathers, but it had to do with something. And the
sticks.
Yeah,
they all went into a hat. Now Peter Pan flies with that. I don't know. They're not all gold.
At least you're trying.
I am.
Congratulations, that's a unicorn for you. Yes.
We all get a gold star.
Yeah.
But but that went really, really, really well, and everybody that I knew that went and saw it emailed me and said, "Where can I get the script? I want to do this."
Seriously.
Because like the 3 endings from the movie.
Yeah.
Those are great, and those stand. But the other ones we had to tweak a little bit in order to make them happen.
Right.
And it was fun. The actress who played Mrs. Ho the cook. When we had all those moments where the thing went up when the lightning struck and she flopped over and had a dagger out of her back. We had the spinning portrait in the lounge. It was the coolest thing ever.
I don't remember Mrs. Ho.
She was the cook.
She was the cook.
I remember
she was in the refrigerator,
Miss Scarlet
and she's like,
Miss Betty White,
the Cantonese cook.
Betty White.
We even had
Eileen Brennan.
Eileen Brennan, played Mrs. White.
Oh, Mrs. White. Sorry.
We made it
Betty White.
Play along, boys.
Okay, yes, yeah, Betty White was in that. Yeah, sure.
that would be a very interesting take, doing all elderly cast of Clue and Betty White.
Betty White, Will
If they
Scarlett.
were to redo it now, it would
Scarlett.
be a very elderly cast. I
would be.
mean,
It is pretty
Tim
brilliant. Do you
Curry,
feel like
Eileen Brennan,
as
Christopher Lloyd.
as Faith Lutheran, it opens a lot of doors for you when you're producing stuff like that?
Here's the thing.
Wait, who's doing the interviewing here?
Did you see how I did that?
What is the Love Curtain show?
Can I-
mean,
It is the Love Curtain show. When I do anything for Faith Lutheran like that, my 100% first goal is to provide a unique and challenging and educational opportunity to the students. And I know that it's so true.
Every
though.
company has a different goal. It's
And
good.
here's the thing. We have a lot of opportunity there and a lot of support. The administration's amazing, and the students there are woefully talented. And so
Wait,
we have
woefully
full
of woe.
So much I don't know what to do with it.
Like Kristen
That's-
Stewart.
Whoa!
So much.
Whoa! Do you tell where I was going with that?
Yes.
Dang it. Anyways, it's really, it kind of opens the floodgates. You can do a lot with that. And so what I've tried to do is I think it's important, and I think this is kind of sometimes where other high school theater companies fall short. It's important to do something in a season that is structured. You don't just say, we're going to do a play in the spring, but we haven't determined it yet, and it's December, and
Not
we're
with
thinking
kids.
about it.
No.
You got to market it. You got to be strategic. You got to
And you do the videos.
Yeah, it's very important. The other thing is you got to do stuff people are going to want to see and want to do. If you and here's the thing, and if it is something that's different, and if it is like my wife produced and directed a play called Welcome to the Monkey House, which was an adaptation on the Kurt Vonnegut novel, and it was one of those things where everyone was like, "Welcome to the what?" Everybody kind of didn't know what it was. We had to market that thing to death, but once we did, everyone was like on board. We kind of gave it this vibe of kind of surreal vibe and everything, and people really bought into it. It's all about marketing. It's a Pied Piper thing. If you are excited about it, the kids will be excited about it. The kids are excited about it, the student body will be excited about it. Student body's excited about it, you have your parents there.
I've got an idea for you. You're saying, Welcome to the Monkey House. I just thought an apocalyptic Lord of the Flies.
Ooh.
So get on that.
The music.
Isn't Lord of the Flies already apocalyptic? I mean,
It depends.
That's the-
It
that's the
could
theme.
be.
Well, no, that's more the production design aspect.
Oh,
And,
I see.
and you know
Like the
something,
scene
just
stuff.
in you saying that, did you hear that there's in LA there's a workshop, is it LA? I don't think so. Anyways, a workshop-y version of The Fly, the musical, coming out that Jeff Goldblum.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. Look
No, I
it
think
up.
I think I've heard of that.
Starring Jeff Goldblum.
No, there's already an opera.
Well, I can
Is
say
that- maybe that's
Silence
it.
the
There's an
Musical
opera.
is playing.
Silence, yeah.
It's playing in LA now.
That's a Poor Richard show, definitely.
Silence the Musical.
Silence the Musical, totally.
Let me know months in
Yeah.
advance.
Have
please.
you seen the ballet? They did this ballet with the window.
sheet? Oh.
No, when Clarice and Hannibal first
It's a
meet.
tango, right?
And it's a tango.
It's a
Yeah,
tango.
the window moves with them as they're on
Tango
either
through
side. The tango. It's
the plexiglass.
brilliant.
That is awesome.
Yes, yes. The opening number are sheep who are tap dancing.
I know about that. I know about
Hey,
that.
is there?
That's a sheep.
Have you seen it or? Have you
Just stuff on Broadway.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is
But
wild.
no, I would need to go to New York more often. Because I was in New York and I didn't get a chance to see Sleep No More, and I'm dying to experience that.
When I went this summer, I got to see all the biggie ones, and I was very. Well, I didn't
That's how you
see-
got all the stingers.
I didn't. Yeah, that's how I got all the stingers. We went and saw Once, which was brilliant. We went and saw
Poor Game Bass.
Porgy and
Did you get to see Newsies or
No.
Peter and the Starcatcher? Was the
Peter
one?
and Starcatcher.
Oh,
Oh my
I
gosh!
can't wait to
guys,
see
you don't
that
understand.
next
Probably,
year.
but probably, I'll leave it at that. Hands down, the best piece of theater I've ever seen.
Wow.
It was best. I'll put it this way: best.
You hear that, Faith Lutheran Peter Panners?
Best
got
piece
some-
of storytelling I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You got
It
some
was-
shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But can I tell you
Or
something?
slippers.
That's
or,
what we look up to. Poor Richard's aesthetic looks up to that kind of storytelling, where you
was
really.
It was quite brilliant. And here's the thing, it actually fueled, what's funny though, it kind of fueled this adaptation of Peter Pan. We really wanted to bring it back to the fact that this is a story. We had a little pep talk yesterday because we've incorporated the flying element, and Flying by Foy came out, and we were working through the challenges that presents at the very beginning, because we're training everyone and we're trying to hit our marks, and we finally got the set piece spiked and we know exactly what's going to happen here, so we're getting all that aligned. And there's always a few bumps in the road as you're going along the way.
Nothing like Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Nothing. No, certainly not.
You almost say not yet.
I didn't say not yet. No.
I heard that.
That's next year's musical for Faith. Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
You'll have to fight Nathan Adelson for that one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's trying to get it at the Venetian.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, good for him.
He's trying.
I wish him the best. But the thing is, afterwards, everyone was just kind of like how you feel right now. They were just like drained, and they were kind of sitting there going, "Wow, what just happened?" And so I just kind of told him, I said, remember, if we took away everything, if you took away the flying, if you took away the costumes, if you took everything away, stripped it to its bare set, everything, you can still tell the story of Peter Pan extraordinarily effectively, and with kind of a verbose approach that will kind of keep everyone on the edge of their seats and really wanting more. This is fun stuff that we have an opportunity to use, you know. And you need to remember that your job in this big production is to effectively execute what your job demands of you. You know, if you're an actor, if you're a tech crew member, if you're a flyer, you have to embrace it to its fullest and really, really put yourself out there. And if we all work in unison like that, we can tell a really fierce story in a very beautiful, fun way. But if we are shirking some of our responsibilities or often never land ourselves, you know, it's kind of one of those things where, see what I did? It's kind of one of those things where it's going to make it more difficult because others we're here with our focus and others are here, you know. It's interesting because at a high school level, I argue that that's why I love working with high schoolers so much, is because there's this unbridled love for doing theater that is unmatched. You know what I mean? Oftentimes it becomes about ego, it becomes about money, it becomes about opportunity, and it's not about the story. You know, in high school, they're there Monday through Friday. We got them. You know, if they're there, where are they going to go? You know? And it's like, and it kind of converts them. I mean, they can do anything they want. We got a great football team. We got a great baseball team. We got a freak, no, and I'm not joking, we got a Nerf club, where they get out Nerf weapons and they do mini wars in the amphitheater. I ain't joking. We got all this stuff. You know, it's like they do theater because they love it, and they're there every day because they love it. That sort of unbridled passion. Can
I join the Nerf club?
You know, you can join the Nerf.
You have to shave.
But how do you balance the fact that, you know, maybe a lot of the students aren't necessarily versed or know a lot of theater, both technically or literature-wise or any of that? How does that play into working with other students who may actually know more or be able to do more?
It's a school, Lysander.
Yeah.
They start as freshmen and end up as seniors, so over the course of 4 years, Eric gets to teach them.
That's my question. How does that teaching happen?
It's definitely a challenge, because there's also, there's a psychology to it. For instance, students are told through their entire lives, you know, mommy, daddy gotcha. Mommy, daddy gotcha. And then when you get to become a teenager, all of a sudden you naturally start, and especially with society's influences, start to think, I'm an individual, and I need to prove that every way and every day. And so it's kind of like hard to break that down and say, now you need to be goofy, because every time they step on stage, they're too cool for school because they don't want to look like a fool in front of everyone who's judging them. You know, so it's very hard to do that.
A lot of rhyme right
there.
I caught the same
very
thing.
Susie.
Yeah, and so it's kind of like, it's very hard to do that and respectfully to the students, and to also kind of earn that trust so that when they do take that jump, they know you got them. You know, it's tricky. It's very tricky. I argue that we have a few advantages and disadvantages. Some of the advantages are it's a private school, so we don't have to deal with Clark County influences. We aren't challenged by the same things that other theater programs are in the school district, which is terribly unfortunate. But the other advantages is that usually these students are there because they love it. You know, they are involved because they love it. You know, this is kind of I always have thought that people who are involved in theater are there because they have this void in their life that they're fulfilling.
That's me.
Theater. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like these are kids that are finding theater as that soft place to fall.
I have the question for Ben, because you recently directed Seussical, and there's a lot of children in the cast.
Yeah.
And your lead, a young man, I can't think of his name.
That's not funny.
No, what did I?
I had a brain fart. I totally didn't. I wasn't expecting that question. Hold on.
But you had
Gianni Cardinale.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about Lysander. I was like,
no.
Who played?
The boy.
Joe, thanks. I'm sorry, Gianni. I'm so sorry.
There was a lot of.
If your name was Charles, I'd be all over that.
Well, I couldn't even remember the character's name. But you had to deal with a lot of children as well, and obviously from different theatrical backgrounds, and where some schools don't even have theater programs.
Oh, yeah.
Listening to what Eric was talking about, what was your approach? Because obviously you had a number of kids that were probably difficult to deal with in the sense of they're not mature adults, and for them this is play.
Although one could say a lot of adults aren't mature.
And that's there's. Sometimes you have casting, concerns where this is what I got. And I know you guys had multiple rounds of auditions for Seussical. It's a large cast.
Yeah.
You had a very talented group of individuals.
There are about 12 different answers to that question.
I'm sure there are. And you can answer.
I'll try to answer
one of them off air.
I'll try to do them chronologically here. No. You know what? It's funny because I went to school to be a teacher, to be a theater, a drama coach, and I thought in some way that would prepare me for it, and I totally wasn't prepared when I got there to handle these kids. These kids, amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And one thing I was so happy to see is that yes, the way Clark County is going with its theater programs right now, I'm worried that they're not going to be able to experience this. But these parents of these kids know how important it is, and they seek it. They know that these kids need their creative outlet, and they came to us for the Seussical audition. Having the multiple Seussical auditions because we didn't get enough men the first time.
Sure.
We got very few men, and we needed men for the show. But these kids.
Did you end up getting any? Sorry.
Oh.
I poke fun at my friends Michael and Lysander, and of course Rick Wade. So.
Yeah, no, we had some very powerful men in the show.
Yes, you
very
did.
Much.
Yes,
Thank
you did.
Very much. And you know what? It's
there's the laugh.
And you're talking about the maturity of these kids. In many cases, the kids were more mature than the adults were, and that's the nature of what Seussical was. And it's just
that's curious because did the adults see it more of the Seussical, Goosical, whatever, where the kids were really caught up in the fantasy.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what the musical's about, though. They just equate it with Dr. Seuss books.
It's a very challenging show.
It's an extraordinarily challenging show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and not only that, I think it has moments that are quite genius.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. And I have a friend who choreographed the Seussical I directed at Faith, who is just like, oh, if I hear that music one more time, because it was. I argue that she's like that because it's a challenging show. But there's like Sala Salou and there's a couple moments that I love it because it's just a beautiful, beautiful show.
Yeah, it made me cry on several occasions. Yeah, there are some moments in there that were just absolutely so touching.
Sure.
I said it last time I was on the show. It's not a kid's show. It's a family show. It's just as much for adults as it is for anybody else.
Unlike Pillowman.
There are plenty of kids in Pillowman. Well, they're not in it, but they're represented in it.
Okay.
It's funny. I don't know. It's dealing with them was a blessing, but also it was. I've never directed that many kids. I'm trying to think. You know what? I've never directed any kids.
There you go.
So,
will you again?
Tell you something though?
Every time it's a learning experience. You learn new skills.
And I'm not going to say that Faith is without its concerns too. Like the other day, I had to walk up to one of my students and hand them the tray of. The paint
pills
and the tray with 4 paintbrushes in it that have died because after they painted the set piece they left them there to die, and I said, here are the paintbrushes that you just killed.
Oh, I know.
And they were just like, well, what do I do? And I said, you wash them out, and then you apologize, and then you give me some new paintbrushes, and we'll talk to you tomorrow about this. And, it's kind of concerning. But here's the thing. I'm very fortunate.
You make your students buy new paintbrushes?
They never do. I challenge them.
Oh, okay.
I would like that.
You're not getting your unicorn if you don't buy me new
Right.
You are not
It's
getting a
work study.
unicorn. No one get, you get a silver star.
You
if
use
don't
reverse
get that.
psychology.
No, using the
Nah,
word
I use a
challenge
lot. And a taser
Very,
is what I use.
Nice.
useful.
But,
Challenge.
But
Instead
can
of
I
like
say something though?
yeah.
There's going to be
Max is an
just like
educator, too.
just like Ben was talking about, as far as nothing can prepare you. Nothing can prepare you for working with students. Nothing. But nothing can prepare you for the unbelievable reward with working from them. I'm getting older every single year, and believe me, I feel it.
Doesn't look it.
Oh, thanks. But believe me, I feel it. And at the end of the tech day the other day, I was spent. And sometimes I get so frustrated with the day, teaching and directing and doing my thing. But then I'll walk into the theater or something, and I'll just look around and see how blessed we are there, or I'll have an interaction with a student or something like that. And one of the students came in today, and they said, Mr. Ball, this set is going to be amazing. And that was on the heels of my thinking, are we ever going to get this set done? It's for weird things happen like that. They have a filter that's not there that as adults we have on. And they just kind of emote and throw things at the wall and just see what sticks. And I appreciate that so much because it keeps me young as far as my creativity is concerned.
Sorry, their control of their emotions is not quite
Sound.
set. Yeah, and that's something that, as a director, you obviously have to deal with in a different level because you need to bring those emotions into either a believable realm or change them into something that they may not necessarily have life experience to relate to.
And you want to know what's funny about that? Is that as I get older, I'm thinking about all the roles.
Which is every year.
Every moment.
According to Eric, a few moments ago,
I look at all the roles that I can't play anymore, and all the roles that I'm coming upon that I could start playing now, and I think to myself, oh boy. But then but every single day that I get to work with these students, and I'm doting on them because I hope they're still listening still. But I'm serious though when I say that.
Wash the paintbrushes out, kids.
Wash the paintbrushes.
Yeah. You get a silver star. Good Lord.
Every single time I get to interact with these kids, they re-educate me as far as how I should still remember the great passion and the interest of theater that started me off on this journey. We all get involved in theater for certain reasons, and to be reminded that it still exists, even through the hardships of doing a show or the hardships of trying to connect with a moment or the simplest things, like trying to get the enthusiasm to go and paint this giant set piece that we will never get done, it seems. Those reconnections, however you can reconnect to that, it's so, in every day, in every way, these students are teaching me.
Yeah, it worked the same way acting with them as well. Being in Seussical,
right.
Trying to find the energy to play the cat, all I really had to do was just hang out with the younger cast members. And then
take them to laser tag.
There it is. I'm like, okay, got it. Thank you.
I want to play laser tag.
Right now.
Well, you want to join the Nerf club too.
What is it with you and weapons, Max?
What?
What is it with you and weapons?
Fake weapons.
Only fake ones.
Okay.
And on that note, we're going to have to take a break, but we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So while you're taking a break, go to Facebook and like our Curtain Call with Eric Ball Facebook page, because we like to be liked. And also,
while you're at it, like LVTAPS.
Yes, please.
Yes. Facebook/LoveTaps.
Yeah.
And Poor Richards Players.
Yes.
All the stuff that we can love.
Because on Poor Richards, we post the weekly what's going on in theater stuff.
That's true, which we steal.
You know something? Let's visit that when we come back. But
let's do
for
that.
now,
I'm going to go to my car and get my foam halberd.
Oh my gosh. We'll be right back.
And my AK-47 Nerf.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta pee. I gotta pee. What are you doing? Oh, here we go. What? Nothing.
Your hat. I know it's Faith Lutheran hat, but it looks like an FTL.
Check out
It
Town
does.
Square's new hot
Faster
spot,
than light?
Ranch House Kitchen.
For the
They open
loose.
every day at 8 a.m. and breakfast is served all
That's
day
the bad
long
one.
until closing.
You could be faster
Formerly
than
known
light.
as Cadillac Ranch.
Oh, I don't want to be the
Ranch
bad one.
House
Is that an
Kitchen
acronym
has
that people
brought
normally
you
use?
and
Yeah, faster
than
light
speed.
FTL
Town
speed.
Square's
Yeah.
restaurant
Faster than
Rock.
light. The warp speed is
Located directly
FTL.
across from the Rave
I just say warp.
Everyone's welcome.
But there's also impulse speed as well. That's there's the transition between impulse is faster than light. But they're different kinds of faster than light speed. And then if you go into the Star Wars universe, it's hyperspeed.
I know all this.
Right. Then why did you ask the question?
Because I haven't heard FTL.
I like that. Everyone's invited to ride the mechanical bull.
For faster than light.
Las Vegas Boulevard South in Town Square. For reservations, call 702
Yay!
That's beyond just a week. That's what we usually do. Because we do like a month and a half. But we don't want to bite into the audience, so we only give a week on the website, and then you'll have to listen to the podcast to get a month.
Anywhere else. Big Dogs is the neighborhood brew pub and casino, famous for their baby back ribs and spicy Big Dog salad. To Grandma's pot roast.
Spicy salad.
Spicy salad.
But Big Dog doesn't.
Salad needs to be spicy.
Find out for yourself why they're the home of award-winning and
Boom halberd.
available at all times.
Choice of
We're gonna change out that CD bowl.
Holy cow, pale ale, black lab,
It's an axe
sour
on a stick.
tailwagger wheat, and
It is on a stick. Axe on a stick. Max on a stick.
Max on a stick.
Big Dogs has it all.
Corn dog on a stick.
Big Dogs has the best bacon cheeseburger pizza I've ever had.
Bacon cheeseburger pizza.
Yes.
That's a lot of different
Can I
things.
tell you something? My favorite sloppy pizza. Because there's pizza, and then there's like, I need a sloppy pizza.
Yeah. Where just the toppings just keep dripping off.
Yeah,
of the
Hungry
thing.
Howie's.
Oh, I'm not trying
Is
that.
that here?
It is. There's only two, I've been told, in town, and I don't know where they are because the one that
You taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver,
Is that
the
louder,
strike
right?
zone, the 9-iron, the net.
closed, but they
You
have
taught
like
him how to
flavored
hit the
crusts,
Pillowman.
and
How
it's
much
just
time have you spent
get the
teaching
buttered
him?
Parmesan
What not
crust.
to
Oh
hit?
my god! And you fold it, and you eat it, and you feel guilty afterwards, and it's great.
Wash your hands.
You wash your hands on the curtains. Why on the curtains? That's they're there by your
I wash
seat.
my hands on the Lysander.
49.
All right, ready?
You know the score of the game is?
Oh, no, I'm supposed to watch it on bed,
Chris?
but we're facing the wrong direction.
What?
Do you know what the score of the game is? World Series? Do you know what the score of the game is?
Oh, Australian.
Australia? No,
The Australian World
playing.
Series, yes.
In times like these,
Australia is in the
Australia World.
Why do they call it the World Series if it's just United States teams?
Because we're America
We
centric.
started it.
They still call them World Championships.
We think
like
we're the center
basketball.
of the world.
empty homes make perfect locations.
It's very weird.
Squatters.
They should call it the American Series.
It's one
Or
of
the
the reasons
United
why
States
we're
of
doing
America.
Pillowman.
Then you're just taking away
To
the.
remind people that the
Well,
world's
it
not
is
like
U.S.
this.
and Canada.
The world's also like this.
The world revolves around us.
World Series, U.S. and Canada.
Contact your city, county,
There's no Canadian teams anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
Toronto.
Oh, there's one. There's one.
Trash.
There's used to be two.
Report broken windows and doors to the
It's just like basketball.
Montreal and Toronto.
Montreal is now the Washington Nationals.
To learn more about protecting your neighborhood, visit
There we go.
See, I sport too, a
contact
little
your
bit.
local law enforcement agency.
Sports.
Sports! Oh yeah, how gay can I be on this show?
It's on video, so I guess fairly good.
Bernie, and you are absolutely listening to Curtain Call with Eric Ball. Don't stop listening.
Welcome back to Curtain Call. This is Eric Ball.
That was a
with
nice
Glenn
stinger.
Heath, as always.
Hey.
Julie
What's up?
Murney. Yeah,
Well,
Julie
what
Murney.
did she say?
She's not here today.
She's not. She's still flying high and wicked on Broadway. Lysander pulled out his computer here, and we have the LVTAPS current events, and so let's break it down real quick. We have Pillowman, Poor Richard's Players. It's currently over at the, excuse me, I got it. It's the Halloween candy. You gotta,
I thought you were inferring something.
no.
We're not allowed to say the T Theater.
Got it.
Las Vegas Little Theater, Black Box. It's running until November 4th, and then we have Hamlet over at the Las Vegas Shakespeare Company. It's the Henderson Shakespeare. It's kind of a collaboration.
We don't
It's
know where it is
Shakespeare in the
next.
Park.
Yeah.
We don't know where it is, but it's
Yes,
currently
we
running
do.
until November 10th.
Oh, no, do we?
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
which
at the Reed,
park
it's at
is
the Reed
next?
Whipple.
It's not the
Reed.
It's not the Reed Whipple.
It's not the Reed
It's
Whipple.
the
no, not anymore. But it's at the,
It's Las Vegas Shakespeare
right. But
Theater.
it's the,
Company.
if anybody
Is that the-
knows it from before, it's
Everybody
the Reed
knows it's
Whipple.
behind Arizona Charlie's.
And it's
It's right next to the Children's Lead Museum.
But we couldn't figure out what the new name is. We were
It's-
talking about that this morning at the podcast.
I'm pretty sure they will never be able to stop calling it the Reed Whipple Center
Whipple.
because
Reed
that's
Whipple,
what it's
exactly.
been called forever.
Exactly.
I'm sure Reed would be mad too.
And Whipple.
And Whipple.
But didn't Mr. Whipple have like the Charmin toilet tissue?
I know, but don't
Charmin Ultra?
squeeze the theater.
No.
Don't squeeze the Shakespeare.
That should be their stinger.
That
I might get some. Juliet on you.
Squeeze your Shakespeare.
Don't squeeze the Shakespeare.
You may get some Irish or Scottish play on you. Why am I like doing all
The Whipplespear Theatre.
You know, Poor Richard Players did October, and you know, and the Irish play, and the Irish play.
That is awesome.
The Book of Scientology was great.
Nice.
All right, over at Cockroach, we got the Manola Twins.
The Manola Twins.
Mineola.
Mini-Areola.
Mini Areola.
The canola.
Mini Areola.
The Areola. The Areola. What?
Oh, we're getting
Directed by Joe Hines.
For those of you that don't listen to the Love Tap show, we're crossing jokes over to your end.
Seriously.
The Mini Areola Twins.
It's currently running through November 18th over at Art Square Theater. We have Inspecting Carol over at Las Vegas Little Theater coming up November 2nd.
That's a funny mole, Carol.
I'll get you Inspector Carol.
I loved Inspector Gadget.
Totally.
And you know something? I didn't even mind the live action one. The second one.
The second one was lame.
Terrible. First, but yeah, anytime you put what's his name from Third Rock from the Sun on or whatever, what's his name?
French Stewart.
French Stewart. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, the Matthew Broderick
one.
one was okay. Yeah, but French Stewart. I didn't buy it. That's actually pretty good.
Because he's always got a permanent squint. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Can you see him? No, move forward a little bit.
No, I
thought he was good in Third Rock from the Sun, but that's because he was playing an alien. I didn't know that he was playing himself. You know what I mean? Like, okay, The Odd Couple, the female version, is being presented by the Jewish Repertory Theater of
I was going to say, is it in repertory with Glenda Ross?
That's just the name of the article.
Funny thing, though, they
did they
haven't
actually
changed
do
a
the
thing.
article that way?
Glenn
No.
Ross cast has not changed a thing.
Right.
Not a single word, not a name. They're all...
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I understood is that it was staying very true.
There's an article that it says Glenn Ross, I think.
Glenda.
That's awful.
Glenn
Or
Ross.
Glenda Ross?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A little sexist.
Vegas 7? Maybe?
I don't know.
Where is that one being?
All publicity is good publicity.
That's at Theater 7.
Theater 7, okay.
And they came out to Pillowman tonight, a couple of them, so thanks for that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I forgot to say, The Odd Couple is November 3rd through 4th at the Troish Studio Theater in the Smith Center.
Troish, sure.
Trosh. It's very trosh.
Atrocious.
The whole thing's very trosh.
That's so trosh. That's it.
That's the new word.
Trosh.
Trosh.
That's awesome.
I think we should
I'm
say...
gonna start using that.
So trosh.
Totally. That's totally.
Dude,
that's
that is
total
like
trosh.
so trosh.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, get your students to do it.
Man, that is so Whipple.
Because if Faith Lutheran does it, all of Las Vegas will do it.
I'm still not sure what the bell is for. It seems to come in...
It's like the improv game Change, except...
Oh, okay.
Nothing
ever happens.
Gotcha.
That is so Whipple. That is so...
And the cameras...
That is so Biloxi.
Keep it.
Biloxi Blues, November 9th and 10th. Only 9th and 10th? Only two?
Three performances.
You're doing two on the 10th.
Two on the 10th. And again, you know, it's a benefit for Veterans Day. And
very cool.
For the day.
Both 2 days. It's one of those
You're
things, you know...
the day.
Move on.
It
was funny.
It's sometimes, you know, you put a lot of time into rehearsing a show, and you only do a couple performances. And the last couple of shows I've done, I did Hair, 2 performances.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I have a company meeting before every performance. It's a Poor Richards thing. And we were talking about how we were so appreciative of the fact that we had a 3-week run for Pillowman.
11 shows.
You could actually pay off all that hard work in a...
And it's not to say that the hard work doesn't get paid off, but sometimes you want the show to go on a little bit more.
Unless it's the Pillowman, and you want it to end.
The ensemble effort gets its sea legs after a couple shows,
Right,
and then right as soon as you start, that's why I demanded 2 weekends for like our stuff at the school, because you just get wet, and then all of a sudden you're like, all right, put it away, and you're just...
Yeah, you don't want to be put away wet.
No, ridden hard and put away wet.
That's right.
With jetpacks.
Speaking of ridden hard and put away wet, Peter Pan at Faith Lutheran.
Oh my God!
I didn't say that. Glenn said that.
Because they're on a
There's
boat
nothing
on
left.
an island.
Yes, there are pirates.
There are pirates, but there are no...
pirates.
There are natives.
Ah! What's happening?
What happened? What's going on? Stop. What happened? Wow. There we go.
I think someone was listening and said, no more.
Apparently the mouse on the floor has a mind of its own.
No, it's Lysander's computer hit it. I thought it was a touch screen sensitive. Apparently it's anything that's touching
my
it.
computer likes to touch things, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. That was funny. That was a diabetes commercial.
That is a technical difficulty that
There's
I did not
nothing funny
cause.
about diabetes.
No, especially the commercials about diabetes.
There is something funny about Wilford Brimley.
Yes.
Everything.
Only because he says diabetes.
I have diabetes.
Check your blood sugar and check it off.
He has to ride on a horse. Seriously.
I had a friend,
your horse has
comment. There's been this commercial on all over the place. How many men need catheters?
I don't know, but
the pocket size one. They have the pocket size
self-lubricates.
Is there really a problem that you need a pocket-sized one that you
I don't
throw
know.
it in your pocket?
But
with your USB?
apparently they've got a lot of money to spend on this one
They
commercial.
should have a catheter that's like a USB that pokes out.
Oh, good lord.
I don't want to download anything on my catheter.
Community in this town. So.
You know something? I don't necessarily think that Wilford Brimley should be the spokesperson for prevention against diabetes.
No, he's not. He's the spokesperson for diabetes.
He was the thing.
You know,
Just throwing it out there.
you know what he was? He was the Whipple.
He was the thing?
From The Thing.
He was the thing in The Thing. The movie The Thing. He was the thing.
He was the scientist that
You remember diabetes. Remember that?
He
That
was
scene?
the thing.
Wait, is this the George Romero version of the Fantastic Four that never?
No,
not that thing. The movie The Thing.
John
horror
Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah.
He was the thing itself.
Well, no, he was one of them.
Because you
The original
part
one.
of the thing.
Was he thing one?
Nice callback.
Thank you. I could always Okay, next up is Arthur and Esther.
This is exactly what happens on our show. We never get that with
Seriously, never get that.
Onyx Theater, November 9th through 11th. I know nothing about Arthur and Esther, but it's by Ross Howard.
Brian Genet, isn't
Brian
it?
Genet and
Yes.
Taylor Haynes.
Yes.
Excellent.
It's an original play. Ross Howard is. How does he work at UNLV?
I don't know.
But yeah,
Hard.
yes,
He works very hard.
He works very hard.
It's his original play, and kudos. Las
Excellent.
Vegas voice.
Get out there and say it, please. Let's see.
You've got 15 minutes to go see Sweeney Todd. That's probably sold out.
I think it's also.
I can never go because it's sold out.
Over at the Horn Theater, November 9th through 18th. Directed by Doug Baker. Big props. Wilderness.
Wilderness!
Wilderness!
Exclamation point at the end.
Wilderness.
Wilderness.
Oh, that's a new one.
That is a new one.
Oh, that's your guys' thing.
And
sorry, you guys.
so many
you guys
things.
pronounce things
Differently.
UNLV Nevada Conservatory Theater Black Box is hosting Rabbit Hole.
You can see we did the same thing this morning.
It's not just us.
It's not
people.
just
It is
us.
not just us.
Why is that funny?
I don't know, but
Just the way I said it is hosting Rabbit Hole. Why did I find that funny?
I don't
Because
know.
you're sick in the
November
head.
9th through 18th.
It's actually a very serious play about.
I know. It's actually it's a Pulitzer
a child
Prize
dying,
winning.
and yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the.
Okay,
it
don't
was
look at
the
me like I should be all
Nicole
like,
Kidman movie.
Did she have diabetes in that?
Nicole Kidman was in The Thing too.
She was Thing 2. Diabetes. I used to be married to Tom Cruise.
And Kermit the Frog.
Apparently, she definitely moved
No.
up.
I used to be married
She
to
has an
Tom
Australian
Cruise.
now.
And the cather fits in my pocket.
Oh, poor Kermit.
I'm going to go see Peter Pan over at Faith Lutheran.
Let's see how many Kermits we can have on the same show.
Oh, probably 5.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Songs about catheters.
I'm not even gonna.
We were doing an Elmo off the other day.
Wait, what's the show about? What?
It's about 15 minutes from ending.
It's two parents. Their child has just died, and they're dealing with the loss of.
It's a comedy.
Very somber.
Yes. David Lindsay Abair.
Okay, and then over at Las Vegas Little Theater as well, in the studio, is Early One Evening at the Rainbow Bar and Grill, directed by David Eminent.
We've been guessing.
He's very eminent.
Maybe.
November 9th through 18th.
Luge Ring.
We do.
I remember that.
We love
one.
some Michael Luge Ring.
And
You guys dragged that out for as long as the run.
Kept happening.
There is just so much going on. It's not even funny.
Nope.
Not to mention all the stuff that's coming up at the Smith Center. If you like Addams Family. If you haven't seen Addams Family, I love Addams Family. I
haven't
think
seen it
great.
yet. Obviously, I'll see it.
You want to know what the
this
only
month.
complaint that I heard from people who saw it in New York though was is that it was a really darkly lit musical.
The one
like
with
it was too dark.
Nathan Lane
Yeah.
and B.B. Newirth.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Love B.B. Newirth.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to
I
like.
love her. She's a Fosse girl. I love her.
Can I tell you, I like early Baby Ruth. Now we're getting a little bit B. Arthur Warbler.
See, I love Bernadette Peters too. So
Bernadette Peters still looks like she's 25 though.
But Anne Ranking's there too. That kind of warbly that's happening.
She's getting there, yeah. And it's so funny because I was like going, wow, Baby North. And then when I heard the first recording of Death is just around the corner, I'm just sitting there going, wow.
Yeah.
Where is she gone from the days of
Cheers? Yeah, you
sorry.
Do it again.
No, I'm not doing that again.
if I leave the camera on him too long, he doesn't do anything interesting.
What about
He's
this?
like the groundhog?
Yeah.
I like to see my own shadow. Then I run away.
Hey, that's a Peter Pan thing. Nice.
Hello, shadow. Yes, we
Boy.
do have a shadow. We do have a shadow in there.
You have a lot of kids you have to cast in that show, so there is a kid
You're the shadow.
dressed in one of those full black bodysuits, you know.
Nobody's playing the shadow.
Just following directly behind Peter
How did
Pan.
you get cast as? I'm the shadow. He goes, really?
It's a great part. It's like,
Actually,
it's like
it's-
Blanket and Charlie Brown. It's a great part.
Well, it's you could do the whole Harpo Marx bit.
It's like Blanket and Michael Jackson the musical.
Oh! That's awful.
Yet no one rings the bell. We've only got about a little less than 15 minutes left,
that went
and
quickly.
we haven't talked a whole lot about Pillowman. We got a chance to talk a lot about Poor Richard's Players and LVTAPS.
Oh, we did kind of segue that way.
Yeah, and LVTAPS is basically curtain call with more talent.
That's not true. It's just curtain call with more swearing. That's
They're going to make their own. Oh, no.
Well, actually, you guys are. We do 2 hours. You guys do 1 hour.
Oh gosh,
so.
I accidentally hit the thing again. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
What?
no.
Hey, we got our own theme song, too, now.
Yeah.
We have
Can I tell you
several
something?
songs.
And can I tell you something? I will say, and this is absolute honest. I love it. You want to know why? Secretly, my favorite song in the world is Love Shack.
Yeah.
It always has been because
That makes
it's
a lot of sense.
Not
It's
a
the
secret
song. It's the song that you put it on. Everything's happy again.
Yep.
That and Walking on Sunshine. Having a bad day, you put that on. Life is better.
Yeah.
So I say big time props. When you put that on, I was just like, that is the bomb. That is the Whipple.
Yes.
Because
That is not
It's Trosh.
It's totally Trosh.
Because you guys were gonna, it was gonna be When I Think About You, I Touch Myself, and that was one of the first theme songs you
And
guys
because
had.
it's radio and a podcast show, it doesn't make sense.
Well,
It's
and
touch.
there, yeah.
No touching involved.
There really isn't.
Well, we've got a
I've
whole
been on your
slew.
show a couple of times. There is plenty of touching going on your podcast.
We've got a whole slew
You
of
just
songs
don't
coming out,
videotape it.
I want to keep Love Tapping You by REO Speedwagon. Anyway, we're going to talk about
I
that.
like
Yeah.
big
Carolyn
taps
Clark.
and I
Carolyn
cannot
Clark.
lie.
Genius.
Cool. Pillowman
You
runs.
go, cool.
When is this
We got 10 minutes to fill.
We gotta time it.
Lysander, give the people
The
a
edition's
synopsis
got to
of
be
it.
on the presses in
All right,
10 minutes.
Pillowman. So there are some child murders that are happening in this town, and so a writer is brought in as a suspect because these child murders are exactly like the stories that he's written. His brother has also been brought in as a suspect. He's
like
been brain
Closet
damaged.
Land.
Yeah,
It's like an
Have
interrogation.
you ever seen the
It
movie
is.
Closet Land?
I have not.
It's like, oh, sorry, you've been talking
No.
about
Closet Land. It's similar in the theme, not necessarily in the whole structure.
Wasn't that the name of Michael Jackson's ranch?
Oh,
Closet Land?
that's nice.
No, that's Tom Cruise's Magical World.
Oh,
That was worse. You got to give him a no.
What?
That was worse.
We all know.
He's alive?
We all know.
We all know.
It's too bad, really.
Hey,
You know what?
Everyone has their journey.
Yeah, and the whole Mission Impossible series needs to end at some point. What?
And Die Hard. They're making a new Die Hard.
And they're
Have you
making
seen
new-
the preview for the new Die Hard?
And there's a new Conan,
Yeah.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger's playing Conan.
Yeah.
Again?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What was wrong with the Conan, the one that just came out a couple of years ago?
Apparently everything.
No one saw it.
Well, Arnold wasn't in it.
You know what? I'm going to make an Avatar movie.
Brilliant.
Which one?
Fern Gully.
There you go. Okay. That is exactly.
Burns Gully.
Fern Gully 3, Attack of the Avatars.
There's the Fern Gully Avatar, but then there's also the Dragon Ball Avatar.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
The
Oh,
M.
yeah,
Night
yeah.
Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah.
So Pillowman is a really great, uplifting story about a young
Children.
boy and his pillow man. No,
family-friendly show then.
No, it really
not.
Isn't. You know what?
Not at all.
It's an intense show, and it's a lot of darkness, but there's a lot of light in it too.
One more week.
Yes, 4 days though. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay,
Thursday,
so
Sunday's matinee at 2 p.m.
Fantastic.
At the Las Vegas Little Theater Black Box. You can get tickets at lvlt.org, or you can get tickets through our website, poorrichards.players.com. Then you click on the tickets link, which actually redirects you back to
how have the houses been?
Really good.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ben was talking about matinees at the top of the show, and those audiences actually have been fuller and more receptive.
You know, it's been a trend at LVLT, at least for the last couple of shows that I've heard about, is that the matinees have been picking up, which is odd because a lot of theaters in town are doing 8 p.m. shows on Sunday instead of matinees.
Well, see,
so maybe that's why you guys have bigger houses, because there are no other matinees.
But it's not necessarily the house. What we're talking about is that they get the content. You know, we're talking about a specific type of demographic that go to matinees at LVLT. You know what I mean?
Non-church goers,
and we're getting and it's weird because we were concerned about the content of this show not hitting properly with these people, but they get it more than anybody else. Lysander made this observation today, and he's right. They're really affected today. I mean, everybody was crying. Everybody was audible, making audible.
How have the shows been balancing between Sean and Sam? Because
that's a good question.
Because I know that Sean Critchfield and Sam Kramer are splitting the roles. So each of them have 2 more shows next week.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to see Sam, it's Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Sunday.
Thursday and Sunday.
Ooh,
yeah, Sean is Friday and Saturday.
Odd. Okay.
Yeah, and it's really been great. Like Poor Richards. We were in charge of the production, but it would have been a great marketing thing to push that to see both Sean and Sam, because their shows are so completely different within the exact same show.
I mean, I've worked with Sam a number of times, and he's got a very unique energy that is almost polar opposite of Sean.
Absolutely. And you get the exact those same Michaels. You get 2 polar opposite Michaels that still work in the exact same world.
Interesting.
It's the same blocking, pretty much.
Same blocking.
99% the same blocking, but it's funny because
same dialogue too.
Well, it's not quite. We do 2 completely different scenes, but
Sam sings.
It really is. It's 2 different shows, and it's 2 different shows for me too. You know, because they're 2 completely different Michaels. There's 2 completely different Victorians.
So you have to react differently.
Absolutely.
It's got to be compelling.
Oh yeah.
I mean, good or bad.
Who did you have today that you're so tired?
Today was Sam Kramer.
Okay.
But I'm equally tired of both of them.
Nice.
They both wear me out.
Oh, okay.
You're tired of both of them. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of cool. I know you're not marketing it this way, but being Halloween, and here's the thing: if you want a good scare and go to a haunted house and stuff like that, that's fine. But this is one of those shows that's very, very, very good theater. It's well written. It's extraordinarily compelling. It's very. It evokes a reaction from you, whether or not you necessarily are going to be wanting to be interactive in theater. It's one of those that compels you to kind of connect with the content, and it has a scare factor. It has a thrill factor. There are moments in this show that are going to keep you at the edge of your seat.
And we've capitalized on that. We've actually made the show an experiential.
It's an immersion.
Yeah. Once you walk into the door in the black box, you're in the world that we've made.
Are you sitting in the round or not in the round?
No.
3/4?
It's hard to explain.
It's from the door. You're already in. There's a whole pre-show that happens. So I suggest coming at half hour when we open the doors. There's a half-hour pre-show that happens before curtain that is brilliant.
Toby and Corey.
Toby Romzik and Max Lardent and Tracy Blackwell and Taylor Haynes. Okay. And Sam Kramer when Sean is Michael. Sam is also a storyteller.
Yes. Yeah, Corey is
he plays Ariel.
He
plays the mermaid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Ariel.
And then Thomas Kreska is Topolsky.
Yes. That's our cast.
Very nice.
But yeah, so it's perfect for Halloween because it's that kind of theater.
Which is Wednesday, and then you guys have Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Ta-da!
So it's after Halloween.
Yes.
So if you didn't get enough candy corns next Wednesday, then you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
If you weren't scared enough by whatever your goings on are on Wednesday,
we didn't scare the candy
it's
out
one of
of
those,
you.
Halloween really isn't scary on the day of Halloween, though. It's just reasons for girls to dress trashy. Let's be honest here.
Sometimes that's scary.
Can I tell you something? Sometimes it is scary.
Yeah,
it's
and an excuse for guys to dress in drag.
Yeah, it really is. really
Sometimes that's scary.
Sometimes that's scary too.
I haven't done that yet.
That's
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's scary is we've only got 5 minutes left.
That really went by so quickly.
We still have 5 minutes left?
Still 5.
Oh, Lord. What are we going to do?
There were many answers to many questions I still have to say. So there are tons of content still to come.
Just let them go, guys. Let's leave and let it.
Okay.
Well, it's only a 60 gig camera. So.
Are you recording?
So speaking of Indigo,
I do. I actually I actually do record in high def because that
there's
way.
a whole episode right there. Seriously.
Amen.
Well, we've got to get you guys back on.
I was just going to say we would love to come on your show and
yes,
please come back on ours because we could do a whole topic
series.
We could do a whole topic on.
I don't think we could both fit. Are you guys still in that little tiny room upstairs?
That's my house, man.
That was awesome.
But we do go on location.
Oh wait! I didn't get that on camera. You still doing that in tiny room upstairs?
That's my house, man.
Okay.
He delivers.
You know what?
He delivers.
I deliver?
Yeah.
Deliver what?
Performances.
Oh, sorry. I was like,
wrong camera.
Oh
no! I'm waiting for you to
that's,
switch.
Faith
Theater.
Faith Company.
FaithTheaterCompany.com. This weekend and next weekend, Peter Pan, and you can look at the poster right here.
Unless you're listening on the radio.
Unless you're listening. Then you can't look at the poster. So we're going to encourage you to go to our YouTube channel. YouTube, and then just search for Curtain Call with Eric Ball. You can listen to this episode and watch it.
We're going to change the channel to Curtain Balls.
Curtain.
Or
Curtain.
LVTAPS.
You just pluraled my name.
Curtain Balls.
Love Curtain Balls.
Love taps. Love.
I told my wife, I said we should open our own restaurant and just call it Balls.
Totally. I would totally go to Balls.
Wouldn't you?
I would totally eat at Balls.
Is there an apostrophe?
It has to be.
It does there?
But wait, would it be after the S?
It would suggest.
Right. Because there are two of them. Right.
Ballses.
Oh, no, but no, you're both Balls.
No.
That doesn't work.
No. She's the English teacher. I'll let her work out the apostrophe.
Yeah.
Get Lance Armstrong to do a commercial spot for you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, anyways, please go out and check out Pillowman. It's the last couple shows are this upcoming weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
Check out Peter Pan over at Faith Lutheran High School, November 2nd through the 11th. Go to faiththeatercompany.com. Actually, what's the website for Pillowman?
For anything on us, on Port Richards Players, it's portrichards.players.com. You can also check out
no apostrophe.
No apostrophe.
It's lvlt.org.
Or lvlt.org for tickets. But for news on us.
And there's also the LVTAPS Facebook page.
LoveTaps.com.
We're about to announce what we're doing in 2013.
That's right.
Yes.
And the whole list, if you missed all the different shows going on because we were busy talking about other things, that list Lysander keeps updated weekly, and thank you because
that's really cool. It's really cool. It really saves us a lot of work.
Well, I just got tired. Well, people keep coming up to me going, "Oh my god, I didn't know that audition happened." And, oh my god, there's no theater in town. There's no culture. And I'm like, you know what? Here it is.
Why don't you listen to the show?
Luckily, there's no auditions for the rest of the year.
Well, sometimes when they listen to the show, it takes like an hour and 45 minutes for us to
get to the point.
Yeah.
But that's how we get them.
We drag them. Oh, when we come back from the next commercial break, we'll have all these announcements. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, it happens that way. Well, listen, thanks for tuning into Curtain Call. We're going to be here every Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. And you can check us out on YouTube, on Facebook. And in the meantime, support our brothers in crime here, LVTAPS, and make sure that you support their upcoming episodes as well and listen religiously as well. In the meantime, please like our Facebook page, head over to Peter Pan, head over to Pillowman, check out and write on your calendar the dates for Biloxi Blues.
9th and 10th.
So that you can check that out as well. Big shout out to our producer, Chris Scott, who's in the other room, who's always our biggest support. Thank you, Chris. And a huge shout out to my Faith Lutheran students who are listening and working on the set, and my beloved wife who's directing the play and working hard into the hours of the night.
Is it red yet?
I don't know if the hideout's red, but it better be. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Crack that purple.
And
that's it for us.
Better be clean.
Take it easy, guys. We'll see you next week.
Squeeze that.
You know me, I gotta have the last word.
Drink. The monkeys and playbills and monkeys and playbills and monkeys and playbills and monkeys and monkeys. Playbills.
Can we get a photo with you guys?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys are.
Thanks, guys.
I've been so excited to be on the show for so
No,
long.
seriously. It's long overdue. Long overdue. We'd love to make it like a routine thing.
Everyone at work, because they're just like, what the hell is that?
Do they watch it at work?
Yeah.
While I'm doing stuff, so I put the YouTube thing up and then I watch. And
Cool.
They're just like, what? It's like, yeah, it's on radio.
They cater to all size parties.
Yeah, I can never call in because I can never watch it and just listen to it live.
And if you bring the kids, 12
We need to get Chris in here. I think he's.
Everybody's invited to ride the mechanical bull.
I've never pressed this button on this side before.
Well, you pushed a whole bunch of buttons you've never pressed before.
6593 Las Vegas Boulevard South in Township. For reservations, call 702-749-6400.
Are you sick and tired of your garage door going up but never coming down, or going down and coming back up on its own? The kids knocking the motion sensors around. Oh, it's a nightmare. Custom Hardware
Say goodnight, Gracie.
is here to help. They are your
Good night, Gracie.
one-stop